hit with a foul ball, and it broke her nose. They had to stop the game. When the game resumed, they realized they needed to get Alice Roth out of the ballpark. She was in bad condition. But on her way out of the ballpark, another foul ball hit her again, this time breaking a bone in her leg. Who hit that foul ball?
When you want trivia from the world of sports, Daily Sports Quiz host Nick LaCapria has it. Baseball lovers, go online to baseballtrivia.org. Basketball fans, check out basketballtrivia.net. Football fans, head on over to footballtrivia.net. Hockey trivia, that's hockeytrivia.net. And boxing fans, log on to boxingtrivia.net. Stay tuned to this radio station for the Daily Sports Quiz or visit Nick LaCapria's sports-specific trivia website.
The answer to today's Daily Sports Quiz, name the player that hit two foul balls that hit Alice Roth in the same at bat. Richie Ashburn. The odds of hitting a fan with a foul ball at a baseball game are 300,000 to 1.
This is Aaron Warby, host of the Bulls and the Bears Radio Hour. In the show, we try to teach the tools, rules, and strategies that traders and investors need to do better with their wealth and portfolio income. But most of the time, an hour is just not long enough. At Online Trading Academy, we believe that the average person should be given the tools, rules, and strategies that Wall Street's elites have been using for years to outperform others. Are you one of the millions that have recently established a trading account? Or have you always wanted to trade or take a more active role in guarding and growing your own wealth, but have not had the know-how or confidence? We want to invite you out to a complimentary 3-hour power trading and investing workshop, where you'll learn what it is that the professionals use to limit their risks and maximize their possible gains in both trading and investing. To register, call 8448-TRADER. That's 844-887-2337, or text the word stocks to 25029. Again, that's stocks to 25029. Reserve your seat now.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 Robin Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday, Cinco De Mayo. Here on the Daily Blender, I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. As soon as he gets his damn internet working again, got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. Got to just tell you something, Keon. I don't know, what was the internet called where you were from?
EPB.
Okay, that is, I don't know what that means. But here, people have Cox. And we all got Cox. And, it's supposed to be fast. It's supposed to be a gigabit. I've yet to see a gigabit actually exist on mine. But I think mine has worked better in the East Valley than Randy's ever has in the West Valley. Now, when COVID hit, we started doing our studios at home, and we both we better get that big fat, internet going here, right? We better just get the big fat stuff. And we paid for the big fat stuff. We have yet to get the big fat stuff. We're not getting big Cox. We're getting little Cox. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting the Cox that we have paid for. And listen, I know in our day, Randy and I both paid for a lot of Cox. And, you television, you got the internet and alarm systems on Cox. Cox Communications. I don't know where their offices are in Phoenix, but I would imagine there's high security there because they piss people off all the time because the outages and the dealing with customer service is a nightmare. So Randy has been fighting with them Cox for better part of a couple hours now. And he's about to lose his mind because they can't get to him till Saturday. That's right. That's as soon as they can get a tech. And so, yeah, this is, par for the Cox course, but still kind of sucks. So I just vented on behalf of Mr. Randy White. And, that just, I don't know. He was toying with the idea of driving into the studio. And I was like, don't drive mad. Don't drive angry. You remember what happened to the gopher in Groundhog's Day. When you drive angry, bad things happen, man.
That's
anyway, hopefully he'll have some sort of internet miracle and get back on. Just before we came on, my Cox internet turned off for a minute. I was like, hey, Keon, you want to do a show by yourself?
Well, yeah, and of course not. Not because I don't think I can.
Big baby.
No, not even because of that. The last time I had to, handle things. A, I wasn't by myself, and
just
B,
tempted to turn the switch off right now.
B, you prepared me a little bit. You're like, here are the notes. Here's where we're going. Like 5 minutes before we go on. Hey, you're doing the show by yourself. Goodbye. That would be.
I'll give you a Draymond Green as I leave. I'm out, bitches. Just bye. No, I'm not going to do that to you. But hopefully Randy will be back with us soon. It's Cinco de Mayo. It's also the National Day of Prayer. So we're just going to pray Randy gets his internet back. My prayers have already been answered because now Carson Wentz isn't on my team. Oh, sorry, Keon. My prayers were answered. Yours, however, were not.
No. In fact, I think that was the opposite of my prayers. It's literally the opposite of the thing that I wanted. I would have taken. Look, I understand. I said I didn't want Jimmy Garoppolo, and so maybe that's why, just some kind of cursed situation.
Punishment,
where, oh, you don't want Garoppolo, do you? How about some Carson Wentz? But that is the opposite of what I wanted.
So praying people find this out the hard way. You never pray for patience. Because if you do, the things that will teach you patience are generally largely unpleasant. So Keon, you should have never prayed for that, because now you got Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I should have been more specific. I said no Jimmy Garoppolo, so I just got a different quarterback whose contract is going to suck up all our cap space instead.
Listen, God's not a genie, okay? You don't have to try to figure out your wish strategically to make sure that he doesn't give. He's like, I would like an enormous schlong, and then all of a sudden, right next to you, there's Donald Trump standing there. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pick your wishes carefully. He's omnipotent being. He knows what you're talking about. So,
so he just did this on purpose. Then that's just.
Well, he's also a cruel God. I think we all know that. It's a true fact. It's pretty bad. So whatever the case, National Prayer Dare, Domino's, Flabiscus, Chef Boyardee, Ravioli, Amen. That's for Randy's internet right there. I just said that prayer for that. You want to say a prayer for anything?
I hope it works.
That's your prayer? My gosh, there's no flair to the prayer. You got to have some flair to your prayer, Keon.
Have some flair to my prayer. I don't know. You've got it seems like you've got it all locked down there. You've got you're
such a big baby. But more importantly, it's Cinco de Mayo. It's by the way, for all you numbskulls out there, and I don't know, do you know what Cinco de Mayo is, Keon? Do you know what it is?
What the actual day is supposed to be celebrated?
Yeah.
No, not actually.
At least you didn't pretend to know, like a lot of people do when they're half drunk, drinking some tequila. It's Mexican Independence Day. No, it's not, you dope. It's not Mexican Independence Day. That's in September. Okay, so do you know what the Cinco de Mayo is? It marks the anniversary of Mexico's underdog win over the Frenchy French at the Battle of Puebla in 1862. So 160 years ago today, a bunch of mining workers from Mexico celebrated it in California a year later, and that's how Cinco de Mayo got started, and which is basically another excuse to party and appropriate somebody's culture that is involved in drinking. So Cinco de Mayo, you get drunk on tequila. St. Patrick's Day, you get drunk on whiskey. I don't know what other drinking holidays do we have. I think that's it, right? Those are the only two that just grab a hold of somebody's culture for the expressed or written consent of the Major League Baseball to just drink and get drunk, right?
Those have to be the two. I can't think of any off the top of my head either. Those are definitely the two big ones if there's anything else.
And like with St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, more popular in the United States than in Mexico. It's not even a national holiday there or anything. Of course, it's been Drinko de Mayo since beer companies started using it to market their products back in the 80s. But most popular ways to celebrate, eat some Mexican food. And of course, we're not doing that because we never have Taco Tuesday on Tuesday. So she's like, can you grill some chicken tonight? I'm like, sure. Cinco de Mayo. She's like, well, okay, we'll do something like maybe Sunday. Okay. I never get this Taco Tuesday. I don't. Anyway, so
you do get tacos. You just never get them on Tuesday.
I'm not going to complain because no matter what night it is, the food that's cooked is amazing. I'd be a fool to look that gift horse in the eye. Oh crap! Now she's going to say I called her a horse. God damn. 888-368-1580. So here's what you do, Keon. If you're not familiar with the Cinco de Mayo, you got to eat some Mexican food. You got to drink some, I say tequila, but if you want, go ahead, do margaritas. Celebrate the culture and drink some Mexican beer. So get some Modelo, some Dos Equis, some Corona. 2 out of those 3 are basically the same as just drinking some water. But at least make the effort. Make the effort, Keon, to celebrate some. Are you doing anything tonight for the Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go out with my brother and get some Modelo somewhere.
Get a little Cinco on your de Mayo.
Yeah.
That's what you do. That's what you do right there. By the way, just so you know, don't put on the sombrero.
No,
it's offensive to dress up in a sombrero or a poncho. I wouldn't do it. I just, come on, man. You don't got to go all 100% Speedy Gonzalez just to enjoy the culture and to have some nice drinks and eat some good food, right?
Exactly. It just seems like you're being too much when you do it that way, because it's not like people in Mexico are walking around in ponchos and sombreros. So you're not celebrating the culture. It almost seems like you're making fun of it.
Few big chains have a few big deals today. Here's what you got. Chili's has $5 cocktails, but then you find yourself in a Chili's and you start to rethink your life. 7-Eleven selling its new mini spicy breakfast empanadas with any coffee. I don't know if it's still available now. Taco John's. Do we have Taco John's? I don't think we do, but they got 5 tacos for $5.55. Chipotle doing free delivery with the promo code DELIVER. So at least there are some sort of deals out there, but again, please drink responsibly, drive safely, and try not to just try not to be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Try not to be stupid. Just take it easy. 888-368-1580. Screaming Eagle says, wow, first half of last night's game was uncomfortable to watch. Second half was like the Suns you want to see. Listen, there's 4 quarters in any game. And, sometimes, the other guy gets a hot hand. Sometimes you get the hot hand. But overall, in general, for the last 12 games, the Phoenix Suns have had the Mavericks number. But you don't have their number, always immediately. Sometimes you do. Mm-hmm. But even when they went to the half down to the Mavericks, nobody thought the Mavericks would win. Nobody even thought that. I'm watching it. I'm like, not worried.
I didn't, and I thought the officiating was funky. I mean, that was, and I don't mean like biased against the Suns. I mean just bad. Like
in general,
there were calls that were going against Mavs that I was looking at the TV and going, that's not a foul, but they got called for a foul, and then the rules changed in the second half, and things that were fouls in the first half stopped being fouls. So the NBA has to get the officiating under control, but still. The Suns were able to overcome the fact that JaVale McGee and Deandre Ayton got into foul trouble very early. That obviously changed the math on what they were able to do. But then, Chris Paul and Devin Booker get going in the second half. And we talk about the depth. The depth actually factored in this game as well, with Bismack Biyombo having to play significant minutes. And he did. And he did well.
It's my man, Bismack Biyombo.
He was awesome.
MVP. So I got to also remind you what I said since always. Luka is not enough by himself, but he plays like he's by himself, and he continues to get tons of points, and they continue to lose the games against the Suns. And I got to tell you this, who's the guy with looks like he's got pool noodles on his head? He was actually doing all right.
Reggie Bullock.
Thank you. Yeah. What is with that? Is it got pool noodles on his head?
No, those are locks. Those are dreadlocks, but they're just really thick.
It's like there's a neon yellow one.
Yeah, he's tied them together that way. And yeah, he dyed one of them that color. But
I thought he just tied a pool noodle to his head because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it being that shade of neon green and yellow, whatever color that was.
You think he floats?
Maybe.
Does yours float? Because you got way more impressive hair than that dude does.
That they float. Yeah, I mean,
does it help you float?
It does not help me float.
Have you noticed an increase of buoyancy when you're tootling around in the pool there?
I mean, just on my head. Yeah, I mean, but
well, every little bit helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, the rest of me, not so much.
Could make the difference in surviving a shipwreck.
Possibly.
We should all have dreadlocks. Well, no, we shouldn't. White people, stop with the dreadlocks. It's not working. Stop it. 888-368-1580. Miss Wilbur says, happy Cinco de Mayo, boys. Well, Randy's not here. I don't know if Keon can pour you a double shot of margarita with the high-end tequila on the rocks, but if he can, he will. Mr. Pringle says, so I'm hearing you say that Cox sucks. Something like that, yes. Kiss the Cook says, yeah, Cinco de Mayo, Cinco de Mayo. Missed the May 4th, but I'm celebrating today. Tomorrow is No Pants Day. I'm practicing for that right now. Wait, what do you mean tomorrow's No Pants Day? By the way, Keon, that's not a thing at 1580 The Fanatic, CRC Broadcasting, or subsidiaries. You will wear pants. We don't do no pants.
I always wear pants.
Yeah. I don't even like people wearing shorts at the office. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's very unprofessional. But during COVID, it was okay because nobody ever came in there. Well, now you never know what important diplomat might come through.
That's true.
And we actually have diplomats, not for the Fanatic. Money Radio across the hall does. Yeah. Let's see here. President Wallet says Mexicans, Irish, same thing.
I don't know how to take more wrong on that.
I feel like that's racist, but Irish isn't a race, so it's a nationality. Mexicans, well, that's not a race. That's a nationality, but that's Hispanics and Celtic people. So is that racist? I can't tell if it's racist, what he just said.
It would only be racist if he was implying that they're the same thing for the same reason, which is drinking.
So is that racist, or is that just honesty? My people are known for drinking. I think more than Mexican people are.
Probably. And the thing is, Hispanic, not all Hispanic cultures.
So now I'm mad at the Hispanics for culturally appropriating our lusciousness. And when I say lusciousness, I don't mean we all got nice booties. I'm saying we're alcoholics. So come on, Mexicans, get your own thing. Okay. My people have the drinking thing. Get your own thing. Jeez. Now, Irish don't really care. You can share it with us. I don't care. Go ahead. We can all go to meetings together if you want. Moist One says, take your baby by the hand and make her do a high handstand. Is that in the song? That's Everybody Wanting to Know. Isn't it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
I don't know why he's giving me that lyric. Watermelon says, be careful if you go out tonight and drink tequila. You can have fun on Cinco de Mayo and catch Cinco in the Mayo, if you know what I'm saying. No. I don't understand. Cinco in the Mayo. Five in the eye?
I don't know.
Get that. Chief Skull says, afternoon, guys. Keon, you don't have to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. You live in Arizona now, so it's called Cinco de Mayo every day. Well, yeah, you can get a tequila anywhere you want, or if you're frou-frou, get yourself a margarita. But yeah, I mean, you can eat Mexican food anytime you want,
which I do.
Drink
very often, which also happens a lot.
You can party all you want. Mars Bars says Sarepes Ponchos is what they're called. Ponchos are for rainy days. Sol cerveza, please. You can give that man a cerveza if you have it handy. Bob Schwartzky says, hey there, Jeffrey and Keon. Also being given away at Chipotle is something they call the free diarrhea. It's not free, but it does.
Yeah, it does cost you money, but it
costs everybody a little something.
It'll happen.
Santa's number one helper. Yes, I did say that. And Randy hopefully will be back soon. Big George says, hello, gentlemen. Happy Friday. I'm pretty sure a former co-host that loved the Chicago Cubs used to wear shorts every day to the station while eating his chicken nuggets. He should have been fired on the spot. No, I agree. Because I didn't know. If I'm here, I can't see below your belt there. And, not that I want to see below your, you know what I'm trying to say. Just put on some damn pants. Be a grown up. Okay. Moist One says Randy would know. Would know what? How? Would and what? Boomer Sooner says, good day, gentlemen. Jeffrey came across an interesting stat if you're an OU fan, but I'm not. So I'll move on. Should I keep reading? Let's see. Out of the last 15 NFL drafts, the Sooners are the only school that had at least 4 people drafted in each one. Boomer Sooner. Sorry, I'm cracking up not at that, but Mr. Pringle just typed this one in. Suns in 3. Suns in 3.
Is that after the Phoenix Suns Twitter said to stop doing Suns in 4 chants? They don't want to jinx anything. Is really what.
So yeah, I think we should chant Suns in 3. That's even funnier. Thunder Snow says it's called a Chipotle cleanse. Sounds like a religious experience, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you could package that. I mean, people sell cleanses. Like, why pay $60 for somebody's mixtures and concoctions when you could just go to Chipotle for like $9 and get a burrito from there?
If you can time it with your colonoscopy, you're in good shape. Watermelon says 5 finger make a fist. Getting punched in the eye is what that means. Cinco de Mayo. Oh, I get it. Cinco de Mayo.
That's clever.
Did you make that up, or is that a thing? Because that's the first time I'd heard it. I'm kind of curious. All right, we have to take a break. When we come back, maybe we'll actually talk about that Suns game last night and the other games. And, of course, no games tonight. What the hell are we? Oh, Cinco de Mayo. We're supposed to get drunk. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now. Here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
No NBA playoff games tonight. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Penguins plus 135 money line at the Rangers, minus 160 in game 2 in the East first round. Capitals plus 200 at the Panthers at minus 250. In the West, Nashville plus 305 at the Avalanche at minus 400. The Stars plus 190 at the Flames at minus 230. Golf, the Wells Fargo Championship underway today. Rory McIlroy, the favorite, at plus 700. Corey Connors at plus 1800. Tony Finau and Matthew Fitzpatrick at plus 2000. Baseball, the Diamondbacks have won 3 straight and 5 of their last 6. They are off today, getting ready to host a 3-game weekend series with the Rockies starting tomorrow. Merrill Kelly set to get the start. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmbdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmbdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Public service announcement from Summit Mayo Medical.
Guys often confuse erectile dysfunction with low testosterone. They are two different issues with two separate treatments. ED is simply a blood flow issue. Low T is a health issue. Symptoms include lack of muscle mass, gaining a few pounds, low energy, irritability, low libido. At Summit Medical, we treat both because we're experts at both. We've been here in the Valley since 2008. We treated tens of thousands of patients, not only from here, but all over the country, coming to us specifically. And compare our pricing with others. We are the low price leaders. And combine that with the most experienced staff in the business for ED and PE treatments, and that is an unbeatable combination. We dare you to compare. Please do. So if you're having intimacy issues, please let us show you how we can help you tomorrow if you call today. 480-398-1000 or go to summitmalemedical.com. It will be the best call you ever make.
We just can't help it. We have to do it. It's in our DNA. At 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, we have to bring you the most epic moments in sports.
NCAA football, NASCAR racing, Arizona Mavericks football, golf, Vegas Raiders, March Madness, NFL playoffs, and the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we can't help it. We are 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and I really like Pro Dog's idea. In fact, this should be made law. Pro Dog says my tradition is to go to an Irish pub on Cinco de Mayo and then a Mexican one on St. Patrick's Day. Better service and happier servers in those locations.
Well, you don't want to make it a law because then,
that's genius.
Then you end up forcing everybody to make the convenience go
Yeah,
away.
not state law, not federal. I'm talking blender law.
Blender law. Perfect.
Blender law. Yeah. Pro Dog. In fact, I think that now that we're ready to start doing remote broadcasts again, that is exactly what we should do. We should get a remote broadcast at an Irish pub on Cinco de Mayo next year and go to a Mexican tavern on St. Patrick's Day. Brilliant move, Pro Dog. That is now a thing. Sluzman said, "Oh, look at the photos of the doggies." Sorry, I can't help it. Anytime I see dog pictures, you see me a picture of some really nice looking. One looks like a pup. Are they both pups? They look pretty young, but boy, they look happy. Nice. And as for your 320 text, shut up. Bless Lay says, according to Yahoo Sports, Phil Mickelson suffered gambling losses of over $40 million. Well, yeah, he should have called 1-800-NEXT-STEP, shouldn't he? He should have absolutely done that. And let me tell you something. There is a huge difference between being a dope with $40 million to throw around. And guess what? Phil Mickelson probably still sleeps well.
Oh, no, he's fine.
Yeah. He's got the money to lose, but nobody wants you to lose money. You want to be careful. That's why, hey, listen, look at me. I make dollar bets. For me, it's more about the fun of making the wager and seeing what can happen. I play the percentages. So I started with a small amount of money. I turned that into a bigger amount of money. I feel like a winner. If I win a dollar bet and I get $5 back, I feel like a winner. It's fun for me. And my future is not in jeopardy. Now, taking that same formula, Phil Mickelson, that 40 million might be like $400 to him.
So Phil Mickelson has earned $13 million just playing in his career. When you add the endorsements and everything else, that number is actually much closer to $800 million.
Yeah, $800 million.
So $40 million to Phil Mickelson
Still a chunk.
is a chunk, but that's in his couch cushions.
So listen, you got to be careful. And that's like every time we talk about this, we always give you the 1-800-NEXT-STEP in case, you get yourself into some trouble, or in case, you're like, oh boy, I maybe I shouldn't do this anymore. But for most people, it's not a big deal. You got to be smart. You play your amount. You don't play more than your amount. You don't get yourself into trouble. You budget these things in. If you want to add money to your pile, like we talk about with Josh Applebaum, make sure that's part of your budget, but not part of a necessity. This is just like fun money. It's fun money. It can be entertainment money. Don't make it your rent money. Don't make it your life money. Don't make it your kids' college education, unless they're already stupid. Then you just go ahead and do it. But I'm just saying, listen, because some kids, that whole thing, no kids left behind. Some kids need to be left behind. Let's be honest.
Listen, you don't have to tell me. I graduated with a dude named Kevin Rowland, and on graduation day, and this was in Texas, he was stunned he was graduating. He was literally telling me, how did I get here? He was high the entire time we were in high school. At no point did he study, so he was shocked they allowed him to graduate. Some kids
should be left behind. Okay. So, but all seriousness, you just be smart about it and have fun with it. Listen, and this is a good time to have some fun with it, and maybe dip your toe in the water. The NBA playoff action is nonstop at DraftKings Sportsbook, except for tonight where there's no games. But tomorrow there's games. Sunday, Saturday, Monday. The games start up again after the day. So listen, get yourself with the official sports betting partner of the NBA, DraftKings Sportsbook. And here's how this works. You download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use promo code BET1580, bet $5 on any NBA team to win their game and get $150 in free bets if they do win. That's promo code BET1580 only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Got to be 21 years or older. So sorry, Raven Kid, you out. Arizona only, gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP, new customers only, minimum $5 deposit. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. And if you are already a member, you do some same game parlays. All customers can place the same game parlay with 3 or more legs and get a free bet back up to $25 if one of your legs doesn't hit. So plenty of ways to be smart and have fun. Look for the deals, look for the boosts, look for, and just be careful, be smart about what you bet. And it's a fun thing. Keep it a fun thing, everybody. 888-368-1580. Pringle says, yeah, fun coupons. That's what you do. Pro Dog says, maybe I should have kept that one to myself. No, Pro Dog, when I say blender law, it's just us. So, but you can come join us at a remote broadcast when we do it, and you'll still get better service, because even if we fill a place with a couple hundred people, better than like 500 people, we'll, what I'm saying, it won't be like a stupid mess. It'll just be us, all our pals. Trust me, bro. We've had these kind of remotes. We did a Irish pub when we did a draft party years ago, and we had over 100 people in there, and it was awesome. It wasn't too crazy, Pro Dog, is what I'm saying. We everybody was there, everybody was cool, everybody had a great time. Mr. Pringle says, Fourth Dimension needs some 1580 the Fanatic blend, daily blender fun coupons. What is it? Is this a meeting? I feel like I'm in a meeting. Everybody's coming up with these amazing ideas right now. What point of order? I got Roger's rules of order here. Point of order. Do I need to make a motion here?
I mean,
who's running this meeting?
I don't know who's running this meeting. People already sort of started submitting ideas before we even realized, was the meeting even adjourned?
Actually, we had a meeting. We had an idea that I did back in SoCal, and it was the man card. We actually printed up a man card. It was awesome. And on the back, it said, well, you could use this card to get discounts at various advertisers for the radio station. And I think we should cook that thing up again. Listen, now that COVID is pretty much over, although the cases are on the rise, please be careful out there. The antivirals are widely available now. So if you do get it, don't dilly-dally, get tested. If, I got the COVID, go to the doctor, get the antiviral. 90% chance you don't end up in the hospital. I think that's I think that is now where you can say we can manage this thing. And getting the vaccine, of course, it's your own choice, but yeah, I'd suggest doing it. That's just me. You do what you want. But now I feel, okay, everybody's got a fighting chance. Let's get back out there. So I'm going to bring up the man card again. I think that right there has some legs to it, Mr. Pringle. Boogie says, I second the point of order. Motion carried. Boogie has then been excommunicated from the fourth dimension. Please do not refer to him as any fourth dimension. Oh, that was on the docket for later. Sorry. Ooh, I shouldn't have read that out loud.
Yep.
Disregard everything. Can you hit? Is it too late for the dump button? It's too late.
It might be a little too late.
Well, this is really awkward.
Very.
Now he's going to want an appeal. and he's not very appealing. Let's just pretend like that didn't happen. All right. So last night, the Mavericks would like to pretend like that didn't happen. Holy moly. The first half, you didn't feel like anything was getting too crazy, but they were playing it pretty tough, playing pretty good. You even got Luka doing one of these like mean mug and pew things as he's running. And, then Chris Paul and Devin Booker happened. And it was beautiful. When they were making those shots, I'm like, there's no way he makes that again. Oh my God, he did it again. Booker with those threes was almost as impressive as CP3 going bat bleep on him right there. That right there, I'm feeling the sweep right now. Unless the crowd for the Mavericks makes that big of a difference, I'm feeling a sweep.
And Dallas is not known as being one of those stadiums. It's a good crowd. I've been out there. It's a good crowd, but it's not like New Orleans. Those fans are nuts. Oklahoma City, those fans are insane. It's not one of those arenas. So I don't know that that's going to sway it in that way. But here's what I'll tell you. I'm feeling a little bit sweepish too. And the reason why was in the fourth quarter, Chris Paul was literally pointing at Luka Doncic and saying, that's the matchup I want. Screen until we get me guarded by him. And then he just went right at him. And it's not like, because Chris Paul doesn't have the burst he did like 5 years ago.
It was humiliating.
But Chris Paul was blowing past Luka like it was 5 years ago. It was embarrassing. And as long as that's going to be a matchup on the floor, because how do you take Luka off? You can't. He's the guy that scores all the points. As long as Luka needs to score all the points, he's going to get all that he can get from anybody, really, because he couldn't stop. Campaign was going at him. Obviously, Devin Booker went at him at the third. Just find the person being guarded by Luka and go at him. He can't stop you. He can't.
I called Suns in 5 earlier, but I feel like it could be sweep time. It could be. We see. But listen, they've given the scares as we've gone. There have been the moments where the Mavericks have shown something. I mean, heck, they won the second quarter last night. Well, that was pretty much it.
that was pretty much it. And that second quarter was when they were shooting the ball well. And I don't know that they can shoot the ball that well for all 4 quarters of a basketball game. And I'm looking at 2 guys in particular. I'm looking at Spencer Dinwiddie and I'm looking at Davis Bertans, who comes off the bench. Those 2 guys were supposed to be guys that came in and were impact players because they were got at the trade deadline from the Wizards. And if they could do what they're supposed to be doing, they'd still be in Washington. So I'm just saying,
we can't expect the Mavericks to maintain big runs, okay? But can we expect the Suns to keep shooting 64.7% in the field? I mean, they did that in the first quarter, and Chris Paul gets streaky in certain quarters, and a coach might say, "All right, I'm going to plan for that. I'm going to have a specific guy fresh and ready to frustrate Chris Paul." You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a guy who, as soon as Chris Paul's out there, around that time he starts getting there, and even I'm going to goon this guy out a little bit. Let's get some fouls on him. Let's get some stuff that kind of gets him off his game. If I were Jason Kidd, I would be, I'd be choosing some violence, which, in his personal past, he's done usually against women, but still it's something he'll do. And you get a guy out there to just frustrate Chris Paul, and maybe they'd have a chance, but then when you're trying to do something like that, whoops, there's Devin Booker. Whoops, there's Mikal Bridges. Whoops, there's Deandre Ayton. Whoops. So I don't see what they can possibly do here. I mean, if there was another guy with Luka, one other guy, one quality player with Luka, then you could say, all right, they'll start working together. But Luka's not working with nobody but Luka. And why isn't wife beater Jason Kidd? Why isn't Coach Jason Kidd stopping him from playing that kind of ball? Is it because he knows the other guys don't have enough to step up? I mean, they did step up in the past when he wasn't there. They did get to the playoffs. I'm a little bit confused on how the hell they did get to the playoffs the way they're doing.
Well, because they're built for the regular season. I mean, when you have one guy that can dominate like that, you can get to the playoffs easy. You have a Luka Doncic, a guy that can just score 50 a night in the regular season. When you see a team once and then maybe you don't see him again for a few weeks, or in the case of some of the teams from the other conference, you see him twice a year. Easy. When you get to the playoffs and teams can adjust, teams can look at what you do well, look at your tendencies, take away your best punch. That's when the Lucas type teams, those James Harden Rocket teams don't really work. Those Russell Westbrook Thunder teams where it's just him, it doesn't really work because now we're in the postseason where these coaches are smart enough and these players are watching tape. They figure out what you're doing. So Luka is now in a world where they're actually allowing Luka to do kind of whatever he wants because they know that those other guys can't do anything. And they've made life very miserable for Jalen Brunson, who I think is a decent player. Reggie Bullock actually played pretty well. So that's good for them. And Reggie Bullock was the guy that was trying to frustrate Chris Paul a little bit. But Jose Alvarado, he is not.
That pool noodle on his head is very distracting. If I was trying to size up a shot, you have to take the pool noodle into consideration. You know, it's right, it's flopping right in front of your face.
You do, but I think part of getting to Chris Paul is also getting under his skin, somehow being more annoying than Chris. And
that's not easy.
I don't think that it's possible. Jose Alvarado with the Pelicans in the last series, he was able to do that.
Hey, Chris, I use Progressive. Progressive's better than State Farm. Your commercials suck. I like State. Flo is like way better actor than you are. You suck a lot. But Jamie guy is less annoying than you from Progressive, and I kind of want to kill him on a regular basis. You suck, Chris Paul. I mean, I guess I could probably figure it out.
I mean, yeah, it's at some point if you wear on him for a whole game with that.
By the time I got 3 words in, though, he's already scored. So,
but right,
I can't guard Chris Paul.
Well, I mean, Luka Doncic is an actual NBA player and an all-star, and he couldn't guard Chris Paul. None of us have any chance. But though that's what you have to do is get somebody else involved. And I don't think that Jason Kidd has the cachet in that organization to say that, because this is a guy, Luka Doncic, who got his former coach, Rick Carlisle, NBA champion, pushed out of the organization. So that's what you're going up against if you're Jason Kidd.
So speaking of saying things that get under your skin, did anybody ever figure out what that fan said? The dude in the weird Booker jersey and the necklace or whatever.
Yeah.
He said something to Luka, and Luka turned around like he's going to come back and have some words with him. And by words, I mean beat the living hell out of him.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what that guy had been saying. I guess they've been chirping pretty good all night. And according to that gal from the TNT, she's like, yeah, it was really affecting him. And it's been very obvious it's been affecting him, So, I mean, good job, fans, but careful what you're doing where you've got a grown ass man in front of you. You know what I'm saying? There's a line you just don't want to cross. And maybe this guy didn't really cross a line. Maybe Luka had just had enough, but I'd really like to know if somebody was at the game and knew what that guy was saying. I'm curious.
Yeah. And Luka didn't say exactly what the person said, but he said, if it's something normal, I wouldn't even look because I don't care. But sometimes you're in a bad mood and they say some bad stuff. Mm-hmm. It's normal. We're people, man. It's normal to turn around. So that's what
Phoenix,
he said.
Be more classy. You know what I'm saying? Be classy enough to not say those kinds of things, because now you've lost the argument and now Phoenix looks bad. But if you can get under his skin the right way, then bravo, well done. That's what you're supposed to do out there.
And players appreciate that stuff. Charles Barkley was talking about one time when he was a player, the fans would say some clever stuff to him and he'd just be impressed,
Oh, that happens to me all the time on the text line. Willie do a show that I'll get ripped on pretty good and be like, I can't even be mad at that.
Well done.
Very, very clever. Well, this is sad. Boogie says, I appeal. I motion to move this agenda item to a neutral subcommittee led by Berg and Big George. Denied. You did not file the appropriate paperwork and you're out of order. Sorry, Boogie, you are out of order. So denied. Sorry. You'll have to wait till the next meeting, which could be 3 months from now. All right, we have to take a break. We'll come back, talk about some more NBA stuff. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Come join the fun as Kasai Japanese Steakhouse presents its first annual Fire and Fairways charity golf tournament, Monday morning, June 6th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Proceeds go to support Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Entry is just $150, includes contest prizes, raffles, plus a fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse in Scottsdale. You can help. They need sponsors, golfers, and prize donations. And you can win a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com today.
Joe Biden's approval numbers are hitting record lows. America is worried. Biden is confused, rambling, and incoherent. All this week, Grant Stinchfield is on Newsmax TV asking who's really in charge in Washington. Each weekday night, Stinchfield reveals the truth about Kamala Harris, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and the secret cast of characters behind Joe Biden's socialist agenda. Stinchfield says, you need to worry. Millions are watching Stinchfield exclusively on Newsmax, one of the top cable news networks in the nation. Watch Stinchfield, Greg Kelly, Eric Bolling, Mike Huckabee, Rob Schmidt, Lindsey Keith, and Sean Spicer for real news. Newsmax is your trusted source for news. Find Newsmax on all the major cable systems. If your cable system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them and tell them you want it, or you can switch. Also, download the free Newsmax app on your smartphone now. It takes just a few seconds, and you can watch Newsmax anytime, anywhere. Forbes calls Newsmax a news powerhouse. You can find out why.
Does your company need bonds? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than any competitor anywhere. Our relationships with every major surety get you the credit you need fast, and we never stop working to exceed your expectations. Call me personally at 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution to better bonds.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Steve Jurich here. After working in financial services for over 20 years, I finally confirmed what investors really want, including me. And it's simple. All they're asking for is 20% annual return with no risk and 100% liquidity. Here's the problem. A money market is safe and liquid, but offers almost zero yield. Mutual funds and ETFs are liquid with upside potential, but aren't safe. A carefully selected next-generation index annuity through IQ Wealth may offer 10% ample liquidity, principal protection, and a lifetime income yield potentially double to triple that of quality bonds. By yielding more income using fewer dollars, our system allocates more money for you for capital growth. It's a winning combination.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now, 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the claims paying ability of the insurer, so compare with Steve, 480-902-3333. Call Steve now.
Don't just do it every day.
Do it several times a day.
Because it feels that good.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Get the latest sports headlines.
The buzz around the league. Listen to podcasts.
Stay up with social media.
Just log on to our website
at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. You know, if I'm not own a house, there are certain things I am going to do in my own house. First off, let me just preface that by saying I've never beat a kid. Never beat a kid. Okay, I've never been physically abusive with a child. But if you tell me, hey, go check on the kids and see if they're home, there is a very high probability that when I get to that child's door, I'm not going to just open it because I will respect your privacy, but I will pound on it with an FBI knock and scare the hell out of you. Boom, 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 boom. Now I'm in trouble, by the way.
Hence the preface to the.
I feel it's my right. I mean, I'm not doing anything else bad or mean to the kids. I just. If I need to get their attention, I'm gonna knock. I'm gonna knock in my own way, but I'm gonna knock.
I don't see anything wrong with that at all.
Remember, I was the guy who wanted the baby taser, and I didn't get it. So I get what I want. Donnie says, "What time's the Stanley Cup playoff segment going to be?" That's going to be at 6:15. Donnie, stay tuned for that here on 1580 The Fanatic. King of Kitten says. That Josh Applebaum guy from Veasan, he said 3% of your book or $3 bets on an initial deposit of $100. Well, I did that at first, and then I realized that I just wanted to just put a dollar bet on everything. just seemed easier for me, and I still doubled my money. So yeah, would I have quadrupled my money or whatever? Maybe, but I'm happy with the way I'm doing it. You do it the way you want to do it. But I tell you what, the Josh Applebaum way and guide to not going poor with the Everything Guide to Sports Betting, it's pretty smart. Find some rules to follow and work those guidelines, and you'll have some fun with it. So 888-368-1580. It was kind of nice. Phoenix had their 31st straight sellout game. I'm surprised they didn't have more sellouts over the course of this season. That actually was a shockingly low number to me.
I was surprised by it too, but I wonder if people felt like, okay, this is a playoff team. I'd rather save my money to try and see if I can get some playoff tickets. And see if I can do that instead of like once you know your team is good and once you know your team can go to a finals.
We know they were good probably 50, 60 games ago.
Yeah. Then you start saving your money because, a regular season game is great. Playoff game is better.
888-368-1580. So, all right. I don't know what else there is to pick upon when it comes to the Mavericks and Suns last night. Listen, I fully expect them to lose a game when they're in Dallas. I do. But I wouldn't be surprised if they sweep. I wish they would, because what is coming next? Now I'm, first I'm looking at the Warriors like, oh, damn, this is going to be, we better be well rested for them Warriors. And then you watch the Grizzlies and how they're handling the Warriors, and you're like, which team am I really supposed to not want? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which team should I be actually worried about?
I don't know, because they present very different problems. The Warriors obviously can shoot the lights out of the gym. Draymond Green is a great defensive anchor. He is the guy that moves the basketball from the post position. There's so many things that the Warriors can do to beat you, but this Ja Morant is an actual problem. And he is, what if Luka shared the ball?
So that's
pretty scary.
But do they have the talent? Do they have that kind of talent to give the Suns headaches?
I think they do, but I don't think that those guys are consistent yet because they are so young. But they are also a team that just seems to be getting better with every game that the playoffs are going on.
Sounds like the Suns a few years ago.
They do. They're starting to learn, okay, this is what happens when you're in an elimination game. This is what happens when you're down at the halftime. This is how you overcome 20-point deficits. I mean, by God, against the Timberwolves, they had the game where they overcame 2 20-point deficits and won that game. So I think that was game 3, if I'm not mistaken. But they're just a ridiculous basketball team in terms of the athleticism that they have. It's, can they execute? But the talent is definitely there.
So who do we want to meet? Warriors? Do you want to meet the Grizzlies?
I part of me wants to meet the Warriors.
I think that'd just be way more fun and entertaining. But so you think we should be more scared of the Grizzlies, though?
Yes, just because the Grizzlies are, younger, healthier. I take Steph and put him to the side because Steph is still playing great, but Clay doesn't look like the old Clay. As much as I like Jordan Poole, he ain't a great defender. That's just a fact. And when you've got Draymond Green down low, unless Draymond Green is going to somehow find a way to turn Deandre Ayton into the angriest version of Deandre Ayton any of us has ever seen, I just don't see him getting under his skin. I kind of like the matchup with the Warriors better than the Grizzlies. Not that I want the Warriors either in terms of wanting to see the Suns win.
888-368-1580. We have a new texter here on the text line. I don't know if we have the fanfare for that available there, Keon.
I'll see if I can find it.
9142 sent, I'm going to post this on Twitter. It says, if you don't know the name of this legendary Mexican band, you've no business celebrating Cinco de Mayo. And I 100% agree. So much so, I will post that up on my Twitter here in a few minutes. And of course, my Twitter is RadioPal1580. Momentarily I'll do that. And by the way, thanks for sending that in. That's pretty cool. You're going to need a texter nickname, if you're going to text into the show, we'd like to let you have your own texter nickname, anything you want, whatever you can create, finally your chance in life to have the nickname, you deserve. the nickname you want rather than the nickname given to you by dickish little 12-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? So take a moment and think about it. If not, well, Randy White has a very large selection of fabricated texter nicknames that we could maybe help you, find something you like. So let us know, 9142. Thanks for listening. Boogie says, I'm more scared of the Warriors, actually, because I'm pretty sure we can outscore them Grizzlies.
Are you sure about that? Because I don't know. Just the way that this series has been going, both of these teams score a lot of points.
I think I am less scared of the Warriors because of Klay Thompson. And I told you guys, I just kept saying Brick-O-Matic. And now he's Brick-O-Matic. I told you he'd be Brick-O-Matic in the playoffs. He's Brick-O-Matic. And people are like, oh, well, the Klay Thompson. Oh, come on, Jeff. But I told you people so.
You did say so, and I'll give you your credit for that. But this is beyond the Brick-O-Matic part now. As a defender, Klay Thompson used to be great. Not good.
It's the damn hot wings he's eating while watching film. That's the problem.
Look, he's trying really hard to be Jackie Moon, and I think it's starting to catch up to him. But also coming off of the Achilles, that's not helping. And he's a step slower than he used to be. And having trouble staying in front of people is rough. But when you have to try and stay in front of Devin Booker and try and stay in front of Chris Paul and, Cam Johnson, good luck if you're going to be a step slow. Good luck.
So, all right, let's move on to the other game last night. Yabba Dabba Doo and Jimmy Butler did their business, and it wasn't even in question. It was never even in question at any time in the night. The Miami Heat beat the 76ers soundly, and that'll be that. Home Depot had 19 points, and it was his 30th birthday. Tyler Hero had another 18, and the Heat are a finely well-oiled machine, just chugging along. And the 76, this is looking to be a sweep. This is almost like the Heat are the Suns. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the 76ers are who the hell are we playing? Mavericks, right? So, but Harden is no Luka.
No, and part of it is, again, some of these guys have reputations that we have known them to be a certain kind of player for much of their career. And I do think that a little bit of it is LeBron James is just continuing to play like, I don't know, like nothing is going wrong. But we're seeing some of these guys break down, and James Harden can't elevate and can't accelerate. He's useless. I mean, as the James Harden that he was before, he is fundamentally worthless. And he was never great at defense. So that's not helpful. Tyrese Maxey was the guy that was carrying the 76ers. He's the second-year player trying to do something, and he's got no help. Tyrese Maxey was not supposed to be this guy this early in his career.
34 damn points, and he's look down the bench at Harden like, why are you here?
Yeah,
is it for beard care tips? I mean,
I actually enjoy. Nothing has made me laugh harder this NBA season than the Ben Simmons for James Harden trade, because it was a trade that helped nobody, absolutely nobody, except for the two guys that continue to just collect paychecks while they do nothing at all. But yeah, it didn't help either team that traded for him.
Yeah, you basically you go to work, you get a workout, you get paid millions of dollars, you go home, and that's the Harden way.
Or in the case of James Harden, you go to the strip club first, and then you go home.
Or you go to strip club first, then you go to work, then you go to the strip club, and then you go home.
In whatever order works. James
not working.
James ain't picky. Yeah. Not in basketball. No.
888-368-1580. Thundersnow says, Keon, you shut your mouth. Jackie Moon is a national treasure. He's also a fictional character, Thundersnow. All right.
I'm just saying your actual NBA player shouldn't be trying to be shaped like Jackie Moon. Is Jackie Moon hilarious? Of course.
Cards Chappie says, as long as the Grizzlies and the Warriors beat up on each other for 7 games and the Suns cruise through this at least 5, Suns will be fine. Oh, yeah, but even a beat up team that's good can continue to be good. So yeah, I'm just looking at what's ahead of us. That's all.
Just saying, a beat up Grizzlies team, those like they're made out of rubber. Those are young men. They're not going to be hurting for anything. I don't know if you've seen Ja Morant. I don't know if Ja Morant has ever finished a play where he hasn't collapsed to the ground and popped back up like a spring. That can't happen his whole career, but it can work right now.
Mr. Pringle says, have any of you noticed Bobby Portis's OSHA-approved eyewear that he's wearing?
I don't know if I've seen that.
Did it have a sticker on it, Pringle? I didn't see the sticker. Just Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. The Suns still have to beat the Mavericks, which I expect they will. And if so, I'd rather the Suns face the Warriors. If Ayton can at least neutralize Draymond Green and keep his own stats up, he'll be earning that max contract. That flagrant was like, I'm like, come on, man, be more aggressive. Ooh, wrong kind of aggressive. No, not like that, Draymond. No, Deandre, not like that. So, all right, the Jet. No, we're not calling him that unless he wants us to call him that. Boomer Sooner. Nobody wants to call Boomer Sooner but you. Don't worry. He's like, he can't call himself Boomer Sooner. I'm Boomer Sooner.
Yeah, that's how names work. You have yours.
And Boomer Sooner also wants to spread some rumors. Maybe I'll let him spread them when we come back about Lincoln Riley. Ooh. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Okay, let's start unloading the sod over here.
The grass is always greener when Haruka's Lawn Care does the mowing.
And then we want to get the flower bed started before lunch.
They need a new landscaping designer to keep their budding business growing.
Can we double check the incline here? This one needs to drain this way.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Medical data brought to you from Summit Male Medical Center. Over half of the guys over the age of 45 have some type of erectile dysfunction. If you fall into this category, you are obviously not alone. Don't worry about it. Do something about it. Call Summit Male Medical at 480-398-1000. Let our Arizona licensed doctors and all male medical staff using FDA-approved medication help you enjoy your life again. We guarantee it. Low testosterone? Common signs are muscle loss, irritability, weight gain, decreased libido. Our testosterone therapy will turn you around. Discreet, professional, and we are successful. Don't let getting older get you down. Call today, 480-398-1000. That's 480-398-1000. Or go to summitmalemedical.com. What are you waiting for? Call today. 480-398-1000.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Can you tell which pills contain the deadly dose of fentanyl? Neither can your child. Counterfeit pills laced with fentanyl are killing Arizona's youth at an alarming rate. They're cheap, easy to get, and just one pill can kill. Get the facts on fentanyl at talknowaz.com. Talk with your children. Monitor their texts and social media. Visit talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by the Substance Abuse Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
A sapiosexual is a person who's attracted to intelligence. Do you choose brains over beauty? Like mind over muscle? Prefer Shakespeare?
To be or not to be?
To a puppeteer?
Hey, which one's the dummy?
So if you are sapiosexual and your current conversation is about to get, shall we say, intellectually stimulating, reach for Shakespeare Vodka, a thoughtfully engineered spirit with pure, smooth flavor that tastes like poetry in a bottle. Shakespeare Vodka, the taste of intelligence.
KQFN-10P, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and a good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White, who sprinted from his house in the West Valley to the studios here in Scottsdale. I'm kind of surprised you didn't drive, but are you okay, Randy?
He's not on mic yet. But he's getting ready.
He's still Okay, let me know when he's caught his breath. Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And all right, so I promised you a rumor from the Boomer, who is Sooner. He says, I heard a rumor that Lincoln Riley, new coach of SC, might be investigated for tampering with a potential portal transfer athlete. I would die of laughter if that happened to him.
It would just be ironic.
I don't think anybody's ever actually died of laughter.
I wish that at least one person was good enough to, or fortunate enough to go out that way, because that would be just a nice way to go out, just at your happiest. And then you're
because
done.
what happens is you're dying of laughter. Like, say, ha, 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 and you're laughing so hard that you die, which means at some moment that joyous laughter is going to turn into agonizing panic and then complete distress. And you realize that, oh my God, I've gone too far. Oh no, it sounds horrific. It sounds horrifying. I mean, great for the comic, but bad for the guy who dies of laughter. I think that's it's a horrible way to die. But that said, irony would probably be your best bet on this one, I think. You know what I mean?
I hate ironing.
No, not ironing, Randy. Irony.
I mean, anytime I was asked to do ironing by my mom, I ran away. I ran and hid somewhere.
Yeah, iron. Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, you're right, Randy. How you doing? Have you caught your breath?
I just drove across the valley. What do you think?
Just came screaming
during rush hour.
Yeah. And let me tell you, it's been a while since I've been into the studios.
Mm-hmm.
The traffic still hasn't changed.
Yep, that hasn't changed. And don't sit on Bruce's side. Hopefully, you're sitting on Dale's side.
I'm on Dale's side.
Ooh, that's smart, because
I'm trying to log out of Dale's email that he
Whoa,
leaves open.
Don't log out. That could actually be interesting.
Well, there's only 4 letters. There's only 4 emails in here.
Oh, that's really sad.
And I'm trying to get situated. Hell, my office doesn't work. I mean, I'm just trying to get situated.
Oh yeah, those processors. We got to put those back. Sorry, but well, yes, we do need to have a work day, I think, Randy, to get the station back in order.
Oh dear God!
Glad
does it involve ironing?
Yes, there will be iron. Where'd he go? Oh, damn it, where'd he go? 888-368-1580. All right, so I've already done a rant about Cox Communications. I've got you covered on that one.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, just want to make sure. But listen, we do have a new texter, and the new texter has chosen their texter nickname without prompting or without even needing to see Randy's list of potential texter nicknames. And he says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. I would like to be called Silver Pops."
Silver Pops.
Silver Pops.
I don't think he means it that way.
Silver Pops.
Is there some way I can hermetically remove this this thing?
What are you doing? I can't see you because you don't have a camera on.
Yeah, hello. He's got a mic condom on there, and I feel better. Wow. Suddenly I feel as though I should wash my hands up.
One of the few NFL players that would even think to use the condom. 888-368-1580. Boomer Sooner says, I'm assuming you guys have Cox Communications problems today. I was eating lunch, watching my TV, and the string goes pink. So then I think I had some Cox problems there too. I don't understand what the string goes pink means.
It means you got the screen, the pink screen of death.
Oh, he means screen. Boomer, please, for the love of God, check your text. I know you're not driving, so check your text before you send them. I thought, what does that even mean? After Lefty says, who amongst the fourth dimension are Coxmen? Well,
excuse me.
What do you have at home there, Keon?
I do have Cox. Yeah,
we're all Coxmen.
Yeah,
and we're not happy about it because here, can I be honest though? Cox usually outside of the internet, usually as long as you don't have to contact customer service, it'll just go and go and go, and you're fine. You know, I generally don't have a hard time. I don't have a problem with their service. It's just when something does go bad, it is Dante could have never even foreseen this level of hell. Okay. And it just horrible. So whatever it is that Randy is going to have to go through to try to get his 1/10 of a gigabit back because they don't ever actually give you the giga of the bit. Like I got the gigabit. You know what I got? Like 500, 600. And that's I'm lucky.
Wow, you are lucky. I got the 110 package that you're supposed to be able to have download speeds and upload speeds. It's supposed to be right up there, but no.
Never
60
what they've
megabits.
Advertised ever.
Oh no, and they're never wrong.
Hey, I got a question. I saw this the TV commercial on the basketball game, and it shows this little box, the Verizon box. And what it is, it's your internet. They give it to you over 5G, and I don't know what the upload speeds are, but the download speeds seem pretty legit. So I'm kind of curious if anybody out there has tried the Verizon box thing.
Yeah, but then you're having to buy something else. You've got to get the Verizon box. Okay,
you always have to buy something, Randy.
And then you get your cell service is on Verizon or whatever.
Well, I already do.
For
me, it'd be a bundle.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'd have to do some research on it.
And it's probably not good for what we do because you're basically doing it through cell phone and all these other things. And there might be some lag, and we already have to deal with that. And we're wired.
I've been called a lot of things. Lag is never one of them.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna tell you what. Actually, you have been. You have been. Sorry,
I've been called lag.
You just drove across town. I'm just going to move on. Hefty Lefty says, I rarely have an issue with their internet, although I only need to stream videos for about 7 minutes.
Wow.
Okay. So,
yeah, no, I got you. Watermelon says, I do also rock the Cox. Dog says, Cox rocks socks. I switched to Zona wired internet. And I stream everything. I don't know what Zona Wired is.
Wired? Please do tell.
Probably one of those. Here's what it is. You also have these little, ma and pa, like, hey, it's Bob's internet, and we'll give you this pie plate. Put it outside your head, and then and you know what happens?
Strap this pie plate on the top of your head.
It's all just back to Cox internet, anyways. So, but hey, if you're happy, I'm happy. Let's see. Pringle says, so Randy got his Cox straightened out. No, he's still.
It's still failing when I left. The lady on the phone was about as helpful as a kick in the Ginobili's.
Randy's chuckle reminds us all that dying of laughter is no laughing matter because the weasels in Who Framed Roger Rabbit, remember, they died of laughter. I kind of fell asleep during that movie.
Yeah, I didn't watch the movie.
It's just a very long time since I've seen it. I don't remember that.
I never watched it.
Hefty Lefty says, what kind of pie? Sorry, what?
Cherry pie.
Apple?
I tell you,
I like apple.
You guys have not lived until you, Jeffco, I forget. Do you like the pie? You're a pie guy, right?
I love pie.
Okay. Keon, do you like the pie?
Of course I do.
All right. Now, there's a place. I was just in North Carolina on vacation just, a week or so back. And
Damn Fine Pie?
And no. The place is called the Pie Safe. It's in North Carolina. It's in a little town called Forest City, North Carolina.
Do they really have pie in a safe?
It's a converted old bank, and the safe still is there. And they use the safe as like a prep room and all this other sort of thing. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been alive 60 years, and the pies from the Pie Safe, they are the best I've ever had.
You know why? They close the vault and say, we're not letting you out until these pies are done and tasty. And then people are making pies for their lives.
That's motivation. And they cannot keep pies in stock at the Pie Safe. And you can go in there and get a slice of pie at the Pie Safe. And it is a quaint little place. And I thoroughly enjoyed the pie from there.
So Moist One, for whatever reason, wants me to repeat some lyrics, which I believe are from Wang Chung.
Oh, boy.
Take your baby by the hand and make her do a high handstand.
Well, the first part of it sounds right. Take your baby by the hand. But I don't think I don't think the second part is right.
All we ever remember is everybody Wang Chung tonight. That's all I remember.
Well, that was not Wang Chung.
Wait, who's that then?
That was not Wang Chung. It might have been a group that did Wang Chung, but everybody Wang Chung tonight. See, that's a different song.
That's the Wang Chung.
Yeah.
No,
Take
so-
your baby by the hand. See, it's a whole different time signature.
But is it Wang Chung though? No,
it's all in phase.
Right. Dance Hall Days.
Dance Hall Days.
Wasn't that Wang Chung?
Is that who did Dance Hall Days? Let me see.
I think that is Wang
Chung.
Chung.
I can Google this. Dance Hall Days. Don't mess with me when yes, Wang Chung. Goddamn it! I told you, don't mess with me when it comes to 80s music. And no, it's not in Labyrinth Boogie.
Yeah, but the lyrics to it are not. Oh, yes, it is. And make her do a high handstand.
That's what I'm saying.
That's right there. It's the first stanza right there. Take your baby by the hand.
So
and
why
make her do a high handstand?
Is Moist One quoting Wang Chung lyrics to you? I don't know.
I just feel like sometimes Moist One just likes to screw with us, and just
I got to believe that's true.
Just sent those lyrics in, and just given the Moist One's reputation, thought we were going to read into it way too much, which we are.
He was saying, I bet he'll get those lyrics in 2.3 seconds. I got him immediately.
Oh, yeah.
I said Wang Chung. It was the first thing that came out of my mouth when I saw those lyrics.
See, the problem is I forgot about Wang Chung doing Dance All Days. I thought Dance All Days was done by somebody else. And then you throw the Wang Chung in there. Everybody Wang Chung tonight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That got me screwed up. But hey, here's the lyrics right here.
Boogie, there's a reason you might get banned. You just get David Bowie? No. Stop it. Effie Lefty says Costco used to have a great apple pie, but they switched the lattice top to double crust. Now it's just middle of the road.
No, this is you can get the crunchy top on it. I don't know what that's called, the crumble, or you can get the lattice top. And then I went to another place that was North Carolina pies. And I'll be damned, those weren't some great pies, too.
All the dirty pie jokes are now coming into the text line at 888-368-1580. So
predictable.
That's the fourth dimension.
But thank you, Navy Devil.
Yeah.
Thank you, Just the Tip. Moving on. So, all right. Let's get Randy caught up. Yay, Suns, Randy. Yay.
Yay.
You feeling a sweep?
I feel real good right now going to Dallas. I think the flight to Dallas for the Mavericks was a very quiet and depressed one. And I think these guys are going to come out on Friday night, and they are going to play with their hair ablaze, because this is it. If we go up 3-0, I mean, you might as well mark it down.
I'm interested in seeing the body language of the Mavs, because it was really bad in game one.
Yeah.
And then
it was bad last night too.
It was, but in the second half, they actually came out in the first half playing like maybe they had a chance. And then Chris Paul and Devin Booker set about the business of ending any hope that they had in this series. So I don't know what their body language is going to look like going out into game 3, but I can't imagine it's good.
I expected Deandre to have a bigger night. He just kind of disappeared. They brought in Biombo.
Yeah.
Jeffrey's favorite guy. Brought in Jeffrey's guy.
Bizback Biombo. I think part of that was the officiating was so bad in the first half. McGee and Ayton got into foul trouble really fast, like 3 fouls before we even finished the second quarter for each of them. And then Ayton and McGee pick up their 4th in the 3rd. And so they just couldn't do a whole lot. And I don't think Monty wanted to, if for some reason late in the game you needed them, I think he kept them on the bench, because Ayton only played 17 minutes.
Did you see that block Biombo came off the bench with?
Yeah.
When he came in, that was a statement block.
I think that people have forgotten how good Bismack Biyombo was when he first came into the league.
I knew it immediately.
Bismack Biyombo's player comparison when he got drafted was Serge Ibaka. And the only reason why he never became Serge Ibaka, oh my God. The only reason why he never became the Serge Ibaka type player is because he never got a jump shot. So he never really added that to his game. He does everything else really well.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we're all feeling pretty good about the Suns. Anything could happen, but at this moment, we're feeling pretty good about the Suns. And, that whole mess between the Warriors and the Grizzlies finally.
Boy, that's a slugfest.
Yeah, it's a very physical contest for sure. But Dylan Brooks did get suspended for game 3. After his flagrant foul on Gary Payton the second junior.
Game 3, huh? You know what? If these guys are going to put somebody down and they get injured, the guy that put them down should be out for the same amount of time you put somebody down.
I agree. I don't think you're going to get away with that, but I agree.
Well, I mean, it's only fair.
You take that guy, we take that guy.
It was just kind of like
even better, Andy. What if he was like, blam, there goes Gary Payton. I think then in that case, the Warriors should be able to choose who on the other team has to sit down. No. Dylan Brooks can keep playing, but we're going to take Mr. Morant off the court.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's wrong that it's one game, please. It should be multiple games at least.
I mean, but then we'd have to talk about what Draymond did in the first game. Because if you see what Draymond did from the other angle, which I didn't see before, but when I went back and looked at it, he just hit that guy in the face. What the other angle really just looks like Draymond hit that guy in the face and then dragged him to the ground by his jersey.
And that's why I have no compassion for Draymond Green getting a shot to the face and he's bleeding and he takes it personal because the crowd's laughing about it. You know what? That's called karma. It just came back and bit you right in the face.
Well, he got fined just $25,000, and as he said,
was more like flipping off the crowd though as he was leaving.
Yes, he made $25,000 of fine money for some charitable organization. What do they do with the fine money? Do we ever find out what the NBA does?
Doesn't it go to NBA charities?
I sure hope so, because I hope it doesn't go to like Adam Silver's hair treatments or something, because it's not working. I mean, we're not getting our money's worth. But he makes $25 million a year, and he says, "Yeah, I'll be just fine." Well, of course, you're going to be just fine. And I'll tell you what: if you're Draymond Green, you've already budgeted for fines. You've already sort of got your accountant ready for that. I'm sure he's got checks written in various amounts, and they just haven't been dated yet.
Yeah.
So what the NBA does with their fines is that they do allocate the fine money to charity, and they also allocate that money towards former players who might need the help.
You know what they ought to do?
Well, see, that's great.
I think half of it should go to the person that you got the foul again. Like if he Dylan Brooks takes down Gary Payton the second, and if he got fined for it, here's the money. You know, like he should have to give it to him in an envelope. My mom said I had to give you this.
Because that's kind of how it went when you were a kid. Like if you hurt somebody and then they tell their mom, and their mom would call your mom, and then you have to go over and go, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
And in your eyes, you're like a killer every minute of it. You had it coming, you turd.
And most of that for me was we would play football because we had like a big field over by our house. All the kids would just go there and play. So inevitably you tackle somebody and they'd be actually injured. And then they'd go home and cry. And then, you'd get the phone call. We all did it to each other. So I don't know why we did that. Because it was annoying for all of us.
When we were kids, snitches got stitches.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody told anybody anything.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the parents didn't want to know. You'd show up banged up. They're just like, hey, that's what kids do. Here's some Bactine. Here's some Bactine. Or if you're lucky, go take a shower. You stink. Get out of here.
Well, it depends, too, on who you told. If you told a mom, then mom's going to call mom. If you told a dad that there was nothing happening, that's where
why
it
are
ended.
you telling me this?
There was always that one kid, though. And he was kind of, I don't know why. There's always that one kid that, for whatever reason, he's got to be the snitch, the tattletale. There's that one guy in every group, it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah. And we knew who he was. And he was dealt with
severely.
No, who Boogie, it's not Billy Joel. We told you. It's Wang Dam Chung. All right? Just stop it. God. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll switch gears, talk a little baseball for you before we go head deep into a bunch of good old American NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
There's no doubt that Harmon Solar can save you up to 85% on your monthly electric bill. That's a fact. Bruce Jacobs here. But did you know it's possible to get solar for zero down and no payments for 12 months? You can lease, finance, or even purchase outright. They have plans that fit everybody. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar at 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com.
Join Choices for the annual Walk for Life, May 6th and 7th at Dream City Church in Glendale. The weekend kicks off with a concert by Jordan St. Cyr. Then hear a powerful message from Dr. William Lyle, OBGYN. Admission to the concert is free with a suggested donation of diapers and wipes. Then on May 7th, join with hundreds for the Choices Walk for Life. Check-in is at 7:30. The walk begins at 9. Register at choicesaz.com/walk for your free t-shirt and all the details.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go, serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
You can hear the grunts of pain. You can smell the workout sweat. You can feel the muscles straining. And even if you can't, we can.
And that's all that really matters.
NFL training camp.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. Here we go.
It fills the senses.
Well, everyone's but yours.
Get the latest info, insights, and breaking news here.
Respect what it is we're doing here.
On your home for the NFL, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the Daily Cleaner for this Thursday in the 4 o'clock hour. And hey, coming up this weekend, I don't know if anybody has talked much about it, but UFC 274 is here in Phoenix. And if you stop by between 4:30 and 6:30 at the FanDuel Sportsbook inside the Footprint Center, not only can you get an opportunity to win a couple of tickets to 274, but you'll meet MMA legend Henry Cejudo. That's this Saturday between 4:30 and 6. Now, he's going to be in there. Of course, Henry is from Arizona. He's from Phoenix. He went to Maryville High School, went to Coronado High School. As a matter of fact, Jeffrey, I don't know if you know this, he graduated from GCU. So he's a GCU alum. And, this guy has been amazing in the MMA world. And you get to talk to him, get an autograph, picture taken. Hell, he's going to be there Saturday between 4:30 and 6:30. And you can register to get a couple of tickets plus some other prizes they're giving away and enjoy the terrace at America's #1 sportsbook. I mean, it is beautiful this time of year. It's dry. There's not a lot of humidity. The evenings are mild. I mean, sort of mild. It's not like it's 80 or 90. It's nice. And so you can get a seat there and enjoy a nice, cool evening in the Valley of the Sun because, dear God, it's going to get hot very soon. You can also take part in all the live games that are on 40 different televisions throughout the facility there. Make your bets right on site there. And your chance to meet Henry Cejudo. I mean, when are you going to get another chance like that? That's this Saturday at FanDuel Sportsbook inside the Footprint Center. Remember, no purchase necessary. You got to be 21 or older, present at FanDuel Sportsbook Footprint Center. Drawing takes place at on May 7th at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Must be present for drawing to claim the prize. Restrictions apply. Hello. Restrictions apply. See terms at fanduel.com/MMA274. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-NEXT-STEP like Phil Mickelson should. I mean, 40 million. Can
you believe that?
Or text Next Step to 53342. Back to you, Jeffco.
Thank you, Randy. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Keon Rose's Not Quite Five. No, it's 5, but not quite 5. It's not quite 5. It's 5. Top 5. Wait, what do we call this?
It's the top 5, not quite at
We
5.
haven't done it in a while, so I've already forgotten
Blender
what we call
top
it.
5 at not quite 5.
There you go. Let's do that then. Go ahead, Randy. Hit the music. Oh,
bastard.
I guess everybody should just hum while we do this.
We don't have to. I don't know if you recall the last time we went
On the hot seat.
we went a cappella on a Blender element. It I was doing the Wheel of Sports with my voice. It did not go.
See, if I had done it, it would have rocked.
You know, I will help you, Keon, little lost birdie. I will go in and I will build for you a bountiful and fruitful button bar so you can play the sound effects.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
I will take care of that for you.
Somebody pressed something they shouldn't have, and now the cupboard's a little bare over here.
Yeah, well, I know who that was. Mouth breather. Anyway.
Anyway, let's just go ahead and get to it. And the top 5, not at 5, the 5 most important players in this series. The Suns and the Mavericks.
Hey, we're on the same song now, Randy. Pretty good. Keon's gonna just walk out and quit if we keep this up.
Well, I'm not gonna quit.
Probably just leave it alone
over
then.
it. But boy, I am troubled that this does not sound great.
I mean, it doesn't sound great. I thought that was amazing.
You guys sound great, but with me having to talk over it,
my voice is spun from golden fibers.
Yeah,
I would never insult your voice, Randy White.
Our voices drop panties and impregnate. That's what our voices do, Keon.
Don't you think that maybe that's a little bit dangerous? Then
I pay a lot of child support. I don't want to lie. This has not been probably the best thing for me in my life. I don't even know some of these people and curse, but still, fine. We won't hum. Go ahead.
In the Blender. Top 5, not quite at 5 today is about this series, the Suns and the Mavericks, and the 5 most important players in it. Because usually you can tell who's going to win a series based on.
Did you understand this, Randy, when he sent the email?
I tried to clarify after the fact.
Okay, 5 players in the series. From both teams, both the Dallas Mavericks and the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah,
is that correct?
Went back and clarified to realize
who are the 5 most important players in this series, according to you, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Oh, I go first.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you go first?
Well, like I had to take over the damn setup. You have to go first too.
All right, fine. He's gonna be a baby about it. Everybody's being a big baby. I told Keon he should just do the show by himself today. No, big baby. Now you. Fine, I'll do it. I'll go first. Okay, so the most important players in this series are as follows. Number 5, Luka Doncic, because without him, there'd be no damn points on the other side. 4, Mikal Bridges, Mr. Man on the defense. Deandre Ayton, he's doing his part. Still like to see more aggressiveness out of him, but you can't deny he's doing his part. Devin Booker, what the hell was that? Man, just out of nowhere, he gets hot. 3 at will. And Chris Paul every night for 1 quarter. And I used to say this back in SoCal, and it's still true today. For 1 quarter out of every game that man plays in, he is the best point guard on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
The others, you hit and miss. But lately, it seems like just in general, he is the best point guard on the planet. So,
and it's usually the 4th. He usually lets his teammates set the table, and then he closes everything in the 4th quarter, and it's much appreciated.
He got you figured out, and now he owns you. So there you go. That's my list. I win.
Especially Luka.
Okay. And by the way, I only had to change one name on this entire list after you told me how this was. I thought it was just Suns players. And I realized Luka's the only player that even matters for the other side, and they're losing. So that's why he's number 5. Good luck, Randy. I don't know how you're going to follow that.
Well, I'm not. Clearly, I lose every time. So it doesn't matter.
Well, you don't lose until you give up, Randy.
I'm not giving up. I'll read to you. This is off the top of my pointy head, by the way, because I was driving across the damn city to get in here.
Don't take it out on us that your Cox isn't working. But don't be a child. I'm talking about Cox Communications.
I know, but you know what? I am. So there. I am immature. What about it?
All right, so I'm going to go with if you're talking for the Dallas Marshmallows, Luka Doncic clearly has been doing everything he can. So I'm going to say top players in this series for Dallas, the rest of the damn team. Somebody's got to show up and score some points. Somebody's got to help Luka. Somebody's got to be able to play some defense because clearly the Phoenix Suns are just walking into your yard and
Randy,
trimming all of your roses.
You can't say like 14 other guys. You can't. It's a top 5 at 5. You can't just throw the entire team in under a number.
Number 5 is the Dallas Mavericks. If you want to stay in this game, am I wrong here? Is it Dallas Mavericks made up of players? Is that correct?
They are made up of players.
Top 5 players.
Number 4, Bismack Biyombo. I love when he comes in and brings that energy into the game for the Suns. And if the Suns get down, I think Bismack Biyombo is important because he needs to get some more playing time and establish his dominance as a man on the court. So give me Bismack Biyombo. And number 3, Deandre Ayton has been he's been pretty good in this series. Am I just seeing things? Is this a mirage?
No, in fact, he's been good this entire playoffs.
I mean,
the guy is averaging.
First series, he had first game in the series. Didn't he have 25 points? Didn't I see that?
He did. He's averaging 20 and 10 this entire playoff run, and he's shooting about 68% doing it.
I think last night was more of an anomaly because of the refereeing, but I don't want to go there. I don't want to whine about the refereeing. They're all jokes.
And to be clear, last night was both sides were being poorly officiated.
Yeah, okay.
That wasn't just the Suns thing.
Right.
There were bad calls going every direction.
And number 4, I would like to see Cam Johnson step up a little more. Because somewhere along the line, you're going to have to give Booker and you're going to have to give CP3 an opportunity to sit and rest an extended length of time. If this series goes longer than 4 games, you got to have Cam Johnson firing on all cylinders. So I'd like to see him step up. And then number 1,
the list is who you want to see step up. It's supposed to be the most important players.
Well,
yeah,
it's the most important player, Cam Johnson.
How you define important?
Why don't you, counselor? Why don't you sit down and let me argue?
I object,
counselor. You can't object. Your time is over.
I win.
Of course he does. And then number 1, Chris Paul needs to stay healthy. I think it's the most important player in this series for the Phoenix Suns. He's got to stay healthy. He cannot allow himself to get involved in any sort of a tussle or something that's going to. I mean, obviously, you can't do something about some of these injuries that happen, hamstring or something like that. But he's got to play conservative in this series because clearly the Suns are the better team in this, and they don't need CP3 to be injured playing in this series. So that's my top 5 most important players for the entire series from either team and most of the team. I win. You're next.
Yeah, you can't do that. You fail.
So my number 5 is going to be a Mavericks. It's going to be Jalen Brunson.
Only one person?
See what he's doing?
I know what he's doing. Yeah, it's going to be Jalen Brunson because he is the guy that is the best candidate to be second banana to Luka Doncic. He needs to be.
You're talking about that other white guy, the one that fell on his neck.
No, that's Maxi Kleber.
Okay, forget it. I know who he is. Wait, you don't know Brunson has a beard.
He's got a little chin beard, but he's got the. I don't know. He's got the braided hair.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Yeah, if you didn't watch the Jazz series where he was actually playing when Luka was out and Brunson was in control. Mm-hmm. First off, the ball moved a whole lot better on that team, but secondly, he was putting up big numbers, and he was playing really well, and he is the next best scorer on this team. And without him, I don't think that the Mavs even have a chance. And Jalen Brunson started playing great, but in the second half he vanished, and sure enough, that's when everything fell apart for Dallas. If they don't have him adding to what Luka does, they have zero chance of winning.
He's important. I can't pick him out of a lineup.
Well, just because you can't pick him out of a lineup doesn't mean he's not important to the series. If he plays well, if he plays well in the second half yesterday, that's a close game in the second half, like it was in the first half. I
feel like I'm the only one who really understood the assignment.
Of course you are.
You're the one who made the assignment.
I said important. He's important to that team.
He ain't done nothing. What has he done?
The Suns have taken him away. That's why he's important.
His name hasn't even come up yet on any of my stat sheets.
Keon,
what are you talking about?
Keon,
He's okay.
Just
whatever.
let him go. Just let him go.
The Suns.
I gotta go find my sheet.
He's going to win anyway.
Just let him go. The Suns have erased this man from this series, and that's important. That's absolutely important. So anyway, Deandre Ayton is my number 4 because Deandre Ayton anchors a team, and I think what he's good at is scoring not just around the basket, but that mid-range. Does a whole lot of things to Dallas defensively. They're really not sure what to do with it. Jason Kidd was mentioning the other day that this is a problem. This is different than having to go up against Rudy Gobert in series number 1 for them when they were going up against the Jazz, because Rudy Gobert, 2-time defensive player of the year. That dude can't score.
Now he's talking about Rudy Gobert, Jeff.
So Deandre Ayton is presenting DeAndre Ayton is presenting a different challenge than Rudy Gobert presented because he is a great player. Good Lord, man. Oh my God.
What is going on here?
Jason Kidd compared DeAndre Ayton to Rudy Gobert. Clean your ears, man. So we got Devin Booker as my third.
What was that? What was
most
number 5 again? What was that dude's name?
Jalen Brunson. So
there he is.
Okay. So Devin Booker is the number 3 guy for me in this series, most important player in the series. I think it's obvious why.
That guy, he sucks. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
I had to look it up. That guy.
Except that he doesn't, and
he's
Suns.
He's a little fluffy.
The Suns have taken him out of this series. I think that's a tremendous move by Monty Williams to focus on. Let's not worry about Luka. Let's take away that guy. So number 3 is Devin Booker. For obvious reasons, Devin Booker is a guy that gets this offense kickstarted. He can score everywhere. He can score effortlessly. And, got to give him credit because it's not like his hamstring is just miraculously healthy. He's still playing through that. He was supposed to be gone for a couple of weeks. The fact that he's back is credit to him and his toughness. Number 2,
who's number 4?
DeAndre Ayton.
No, you said that.
No, Jalen Brunson was number 5.
Okay, Ayton. Okay, I'm just don't get cranky.
Because you're interrupting me every time I go to my next number.
I'm trying to write down these things so I can really see what's going on. So you just said Booker. All right, so now who's number 2? And we're running up to a break. So
I wonder how that managed to happen. So
listen, I can't help it if you're going to get all.
Luka Doncic is my number 2 most important player in the series, again for incredibly obvious reasons. If Luka Doncic goes down, if Luka Doncic can't play, if the Suns make Luka Doncic look stupid like Chris Paul did multiple times going at him in the 4th quarter, it was delightful. Then this series over. Series very much over. And the reason why Luka is going to have to figure out what to do, or how Jason Kidd's going to have to figure out how to hide Luka, is because it's become very obvious that he right now is a defensive liability. And number 1, I have Chris Paul. He's the closer. He is the leader of this team. He is the guy that is inspiring everybody else. I've seen more trash talk from Devin Booker these last couple of seasons that Chris Paul has been here than I've ever seen out of Devin Booker. And that's really cool to see that they've taken on the personality of Chris Paul, and they're tough. They're going at people. They're getting under everybody's skin. It's not just Chris, but it starts with Chris. And that is my top 5.
Well, Good Cat says Randy won. Blissful Hayes says, why is Jeffrey being an ass to Randy and Keon? But Big George says, wow, wasn't even close this time around. Randy completely dominated the top 5, and not really at 5, with his amazing humming. Randy was strong too, but he keeps breaking the rules of the top 5. It's not top 20, Randy. Okay, it's 5. And he says Keon really needs to step it up with this segment, though. The humming seems to have thrown him off. Yeah, he does seem very aggravated by our humming.
The humming was not what aggravated me. You guys sound fine.
Oh yeah. I'll throw one of those in there too.
There we go.
Yeah. All right,
Steven Tyler.
So we need to take a break. And I'm sorry, program note, we are running late because Keon talked way too long. So
again, can't imagine how that happened.
We're still going to play all our commercials. And when we come back, we're going to switch gears and talk some baseball. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
One of the things I love about betting my favorite sports is that I'm always finding new player props or game props that I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you can combine prop bets from multiple games and now even multiple sports. It's called Same Game Parlay Plus, and you can only find them on FanDuel. Combine NBA playoff player props you love with your favorite baseball home run hitters for a chance to score an even bigger payout. If you don't want to build your own same game parlay, check out their popular same game parlay section where you can join the bets other users are jumping on. And if you're new to FanDuel, sign up with promo code DALE1580 to get your first bet risk-free up to $1,000. Just use promo code DALE1580 so they know I sent you. You must be 21 or older and present in Arizona. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as a non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 7 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
Doug. Chances are you're jamming in your car right now. And since Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance so you only pay for what you need, Limu and I are going to show you some safe car dance moves. Hit it. Everybody, check your blind spots real quick. Now hands on the wheel. Put them 10 in 2 and move your head like a bird do. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. And join me 1 to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday. We get a night off of Diamondbacks, Suns, and the NBA. Plenty of NHL hockey Thursday night and some Major League Baseball games. We'll preview and predict Suns Game 3 in Dallas around the NBA and look at the weekend, including taking a left turn at NASCAR. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
Okay, let's start unloading the sod over here.
The grass is always greener when Haruka's Lawn Care does the mowing.
And then we want to get the flower bed started before lunch.
They need a new landscaping designer to keep their budding business growing.
Can we double check the incline here? This one needs to drain this way.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
1580, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Good Cat says, the fourth dimension really likes Keon. Let's not annoy or aggravate him to the point that he pulls a Kaler or a Phil, okay? Joe the Show says, I knew there was going to be something special about last night's game. Classic textbook dominating finish. Book ended. Third CP3 killed the beginning of the fourth, and then again Book ended the fourth. As a basketball fan, it was a great game to watch. You know, you're absolutely right, Joe the Show. It was fun to watch, and you never know where these things are going to go, because at halftime you're down by a couple. You've got a pretty good feeling that it's going to go your way, and you know what this team is capable of. But then again, the other team is also in the playoffs. So you never know when they can get a hot hand, you get cold, and all of a sudden there's an L instead of a W. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. I got to be honest, I am really enjoying the playoffs, with the Western Conference for sure. There's a lot of good basketball to see most of the way around. What do you think is the worst? What's the worst series right now? What's the one you're just like, oh, God, I wish that would just end right now?
I mean, that Heat 76ers series ain't great. As long as Joel Embiid is not playing, I don't want to watch it. It's not.
Yeah, you almost don't want him to come back because that injury, that's pretty serious.
It is. Orbital bone. That's the bone right around your eye socket, holds your eyeball in your face.
Eye hole.
Literally. You gotta protect that. And I know Joel Embiid has broken that before and come back, but the last time that happened, he was actually out 10 days. This would be a much faster turnaround. You'd be asking him to complete to come back with the mask on.
He can't do that. He hasn't cleared NBA's protocol for concussion either. And remember, he's got a concussion. He hasn't. I don't think he's passed one thing. I mean, according to Doc Rivers last night, the prognosis is not good for Joel Embiid to come back. And I think this series you might as well just throw the dirt over the casket. It's done.
So does that make that the worst one? Or, I mean, now you look over Boston and the Bucks, they are tied up, but you kind of feel like Boston may have the upper hand in this thing.
I mean, I think that Boston does, but I see the problem with the Milwaukee is it Middleton that's out? Is he
Chris
the one?
Middleton's
Chris
gone.
Middleton is hurt, and I think that's really hurt. That they have that three. They got Middleton, and they got Antetokounmpo, and they've got
Drew Holiday.
And those were the three guys that took them all the way through the playoffs and won them the championship last year. So with one of them down, this is not a fully realized team. But I don't think Milwaukee is out of the series yet. I still think there's going to be that Milwaukee crowd's going to be very boisterous on the next game here.
And I wonder if Giannis is able to adjust to what Boston's doing, because if he can adjust his game a little bit, and also he has games where he shoots the ball really well. If he has a couple of those games, they're going to have a chance.
Yeah, I wonder. By the way, it's not my imagination. Marv Albert did retire, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's no longer because that made me mad. Not him retiring. That's fine. Somebody said, "Oh, I love it when Kevin Harlan I love it. Oh, damn it." My brain, I need to eat something. I love it when Marv Albert says Wu-Tang Clan. I'm like, you bastard, that's Kevin Harlan. That ain't Marv Albert on there. That's Kevin Harlan with Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Does he sound like Marv Albert? I don't think he sounds like Marv Albert.
He's got that characteristic that Marv Albert had, but I mean, there's clearly a difference, but he's got that same kind of, I don't know, that same kind of characteristic sometimes. I don't know if it's the way his pacing when he's calling the game, it's very Marv Albert-esque.
Well, it's like Marv Albert who woke up and didn't have kinky issues. So I love Kevin Harlan. But anyway, hearing him do that Wu-Tang Clan promo for TNT, I was just sitting there like, he has no idea what he's saying. And he literally moments later says, I have no idea what I just said. He is the best. Let's get caught up on the text line and we'll talk a little baseball real fast. 888-368-1580. Let's see here. Hefty Lefty says, if that Liberty Mutual guy tells me what to do while driving again, his emu partner is going to end up on the pit smoker. I've had ostrich before. I've had an ostrich burger. It's a red meat, them birds is red meat. And I had an ostrich burger at Fuddruckers back when they used to be a thing. And it was very lean. It was actually, I wished it had a little more fat to it, to be honest. It was all right. It was okay. Let's see. Senior Wake and Bake says, every time I hear his name, I hear the Suzanne Vega song. My name is Luca. I live on the second floor. Yeah, my wife sings the same thing, Senior Wake and Bake.
Wow.
Miss Pringle says, Keon been laying the truth down. He wins the contest. Undefeated. Finest meats and cheeses to King Keon.
Well, thank you.
I mean, I don't get the finest meats and cheeses part.
Wow. I mean, I won't say no to him.
That's amazing.
I like and cheeses sound
cheese.
Great. Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, sorry, guys, I'm going to have to check out a little early. You know what? That's just unacceptable.
Yep.
That is unacceptable.
Yep. An hour and 12 left. What are you doing?
All I know is he didn't. There's no note from a doctor or anything. Okay, Boomer Sooner. Okay, just we're remembering this. Joe the Show says Miami and Philly, one just needs to get over with no Embiid, no competition. The Suns and the Mavs, well, they're about to get swept. They have no answer for the Suns rotation, so the proverbial goose is cooked. Fecal Mist says, yeah, you have to protect your eye hole as much as other holes. Well, no, that's true. Yeah, I can't even argue with that. I was thinking about that for a moment.
It sounds dirty, but it's a fact. It's a fact.
Blissful Hayes says the Suns MVP last night was that fan that heckled Luca. Seriously got under his skin. Suns need to get him tickets for game 3 and 4. Yeah, but that guy would be murdered in Dallas. Because you know what happens in Dallas? A lot of murder. So, you
have a city in Dallas where everybody has a gun, everybody. Mm-hmm. There's both a lot of murder and self-defense in Dallas.
Lots of murder, and I stood my ground. Dude was like across the street. I don't care. Okay. Good Cat says, not gonna lie, I love seeing James Harden flop and show his true whiny self as biatch self, that he's always been. And Pringle says, fecal mist. And that's a texture nickname, Pringle. Until we're told we can't use it.
See, Pringle, you had the opportunity to have that, and you did not make it up.
Mr. Pringle's an awesome name.
I know, I like Mr. Pringle, but I'm just for the listeners out there, try to overcome what fecal mist has done, and try to come up with one your own.
Here's the thing: you're challenging them to come up with more grotesque. We can't. Radio Ron is the final word when it comes to texter nicknames, and it's got to get by him. And I know there's been a couple of texters who've been frustrated because they thought that their texter nickname should be okay. They just don't understand how these things work as well as we do. Well,
I mean, it's Radio Ron, and he's got to call in the board of directors of CRC Broadcasting. They've got to meet for 2 or 3 days. We've got to have the dinner, and there's the whole voting situation that goes on, and then somewhere on Sunday afternoon after this drunken debauchery that was going on in the conference room, and they burn the paper, and whatever comes out, if it's going to be blue, then it's approved. If it's black, it's not approved. It's a whole process.
Not even a glow stick. It's just nothing he just said is true. 888-368-1580. Scratch Me Because says, did you see how much time Espen spent covering OBJ leaving the floor? They seemed like completely. By the way, those girls he was with. Is it just me, or does he need some Lasix? Because they were not.
I actually didn't see him, so
you think?
What if they were family?
Oh, Well, now I got to fight OBJ. Oh no, I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. What the hell did you say about my sister?
I just sunk your battleship.
Sorry. Apologies.
Oh my god.
So they did seem to spend an awful lot of time on that. Yeah, did we have any? We don't get celebrities like they do in other places.
Though they had a couple of rappers out there last night. A little Rick Ross, Gucci Mane was out there.
Like I said, we don't get celebrities, like other places. People that people know.
If you are a fan of rap, you know who Rick Ross is.
I'm not a fan of rap.
But I'm just saying basketball and hip hop culture are kind of connected. That's not.
What do you mean here?
I'm talking about like celebrities.
Nobody.
They like movie stars and stuff like that. You know what you walked into, Keon? I'm glad that we have some rappers. At least we have some sort of credibility. But what you walked into is a place where the most famous people. Now, Randy is going to back me up. The most famous people, Alice Cooper and Stevie Nicks, who's up in Sedona. That's it. That's all we have. That's all we've got. Jimmy Kimmel went to ASU, and I don't think he's ever been back. His annoying sister lives here.
MMA legend Henry Cejudo. He's an Arizona celebrity.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that.
I'll be honest, I can't spell his name. Can't spell it. Don't know it.
Was it that second Henry Cejudo Demetrius Johnson fight? That was a great fight. I'll never forget that one. I don't know.
So who else do we have?
Is that the end of the list?
Do we have any celebrities?
Oh, no. We've got a lot of celebrities.
I mean, there's you and me, Randy. That's it.
Well, I mean, yeah.
And I'm not talking athletes, because, of course, Larry is a made man for life.
Well, that's a celebrity, though. Isn't Larry a celebrity?
Charles Barkley has a house here. No, I'm talking. When I talk celebrities, I just clarified it. I'm talking movie stars.
On this very radio station, we have celebrity Dale Hellestrade, 3-time Super Bowl champion, is a celebrity, and he's here, and he's an Arizona guy.
Doesn't Mike Golick call the morning show a lot?
Yeah, he lives here, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But okay, so I'll give
he's
you
in Scottsdale.
I'll give you a Golick. I can't. I just realized that both Stevie Nicks and Alice Cooper are both musicians too. I'm talking actors, famous people. Not that guy. You know what I mean? We don't have anybody famous here.
What are you talking about?
Linda Ronstadt. She spends too much time in Tucson, so I can't even call her a celebrity. And she's like 900 years old.
Well, she is now.
What's that?
But I mean,
Hefty Lefty. Tom Hanks doesn't leave his house in Forest Highlands when he's in Arizona. He has a house in Forest. And by the way, hell is Forest Highlands.
Yeah.
Oh,
where's
that a Forrest Gump joke? Is that what that was? So who else?
Well, I'll have to let me look this up. Give me a second here. I have to look this up.
Nondescript says Rob Halford and Lefty. Mike Wilbon from PTI has a place in Scottsdale. Yeah, he's more like a news guy than a celebrity, isn't he? I don't know.
Well, he's a celebrity. I mean, he's on PTI.
Oh God, scratch me because you're making it worse. David Spade grew up here.
Well, Brett Michaels. What about Brett Michaels?
He deteriorated in Scottsdale for a minute.
Jordan Sparks.
Yeah, she sang once.
She sang once.
And now she does the anthem and nothing else.
Hits.
She had hits for like a minute.
Sam Ponder. She's from here. Samantha Ponder.
Who? I don't know who that is. Is that country music?
No, Sam Ponder. She's on the 4-letter network. As a matter of fact, she's married to
Christian Ponder.
Right?
Like he was a Vikings quarterback for a while.
Was it Christian Ponder? No. Was it? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Christian Ponder. Yeah.
You know what I love is everybody's putting stuff in the text line. So-and-so is from here. So-and-so was from here. Who's here? Nobody said. Everybody's left. Yes, I know Stevie Nicks.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
He's up in Fountain Hills thinking about his life.
But you're asking what celebrities live here. I just gave you one.
Pringle says King Keon lives in the valley. He's the biggest celebrity of all.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it. Stop.
Absolutely.
Good Cat says, what about that stand-up in Bisbee?
David Ellefson of Megadeth. He lives here.
Mr. You know what? I actually met him once. He came in to do something. I couldn't remember his name. So I said, hello, Mr. Megadeth. He got very pissed.
Why was that? Why would he be pissed about that?
Because he looks at me and goes, you don't even know my name. I'm like, nope.
Well, not everybody listens to Megadeth.
He was a little bit into
Kurt
himself
Warner?
there.
You call him a
Kurt
celebrity?
Warner. Like, yeah. I don't know. Who else?
Are you a planner? Do you like to plan ahead? Then, of course, you already have a plan to call Harmon Solar, right? Bruce Jacobs here. It should be at the top of your list to get solar now and enjoy huge savings next summer. Up to 85% on your monthly bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Then you can plan what to do with all that extra money. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, women-owned, local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar 800-281-3189 or go to harmonsolar.com.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
If you're rolling over your 401k to an IRA soon, but not sure if you want to go all in on this crazy market, here's what many retiring professionals are doing. How about a safe and secure IRA offering a contractually guaranteed 10% income bonus that grows 7% annually guaranteed? Your income can double in 10 years. Meanwhile, neither your principal nor your retirement income is ever subjected to a market downturn. Even if the market crashes by 50%, you get the 10% bonus. Your income keeps growing at 7%, and your principal may grow without losses uncapped. You go up with the index, never down, forward, never back. Get a 10% income bonus with a 7% contractually guaranteed growth rate. I compare over 1,200 annuities with a fiduciary duty and can help you retire and stay retired.
Guarantees rely on the financial strength of the insurer, so compare with leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now. Visit IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com, IQannuity.com.
500 apiece, you get that fine for 500, 502 apiece, 1 minute, for the hand, 150.
The best weekly auction is right here in Arizona. It's only a click of the mouse away from great deals on almost everything. Visit liquidateaz.com for weekly auctions on everyday household items, antiques from around the world, sports and non-sports cards, memorabilia and autographs, comic books, comic character collectibles, Native American, pots, jewelry, rugs, and sterling silver. Liquidateaz.com weekly auctions is the place for great deals and works of art, gold and silver, coins and U.S. currency, gold and sterling jewelry, vintage LP vinyl records, vintage electronics, ham radio, radio, RC cars, planes, and boats. Interested in antique clocks, watches, and timepieces, or a wide variety of sports equipment, including hunting, fishing lures, poles, and gear. How about military collectibles, medals, uniforms, or helmets? All at liquidateaz.com. Looking to liquidate an estate? Liquidateaz.com can help with estate sales and consignment services. Liquidateaz.com for information.
KQFN Tempe.
Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM.
And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
I think Howie Long has a house in Scottsdale. I'm pretty sure he does, yeah. Hey, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harman Solar Studio in Scottsdale. Did you guys think of anybody else famous in Arizona? You know?
No.
I mean, I know they cut to Larry Fitzgerald every time he's at the game. He's a beloved personality.
I mean,
here,
Gonzo,
absolutely.
all Gonzo did was win a World Series for the Diamondbacks. Randy Johnson lives here.
But they're all athletes. If you remove the athletes, you know, who do we have? And then of course he's like,
you
okay,
you don't want anybody that's not living here. I mean, there's a lot of people that came from here.
Does that say something like maybe we should be moving the hell out of here? Is that? Did they know something we don't?
Well, it's that
Like it gets eternally hot in the summer and things just spontaneously combust. So you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, so lots of people have houses here for, when it's not the summer, but
True.
then you get a certain level of wealth. It's like, why do that when I could just live by the beach and have the same weather, but without the summer
and pay extraordinary taxes, and everything's much more expensive.
But if we're talking about celebrities, they can afford it.
True.
They just leave and that's it. I don't know.
Horrible traffic.
Yeah, I just I was really surprised when I was watching the football show there during COVID, and they were cutting over to old Howie Long sitting there from his house in Scottsdale, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I had no idea he was there, but
I think there's a lot more than we know of that live here.
I know we have more celebrities listening to this show than would ever admit it, because every now and then they pop up. And I think what they enjoy as much as everybody on the text line is the anonymity. And one of these days, we're going to find out.
Well,
and I'm looking forward to that.
Fitzmagic listens to the damn show.
Yeah, there's about a 90% chance that the guy who calls himself Ryan Fitzpatrick on the text line is legitimately him. One of the photos he sent me was he was showing me a finger, and you could see the Corvette emblem on the car sitting there. And I was like, I would almost, is it weird if I were to stalk Ryan Fitzpatrick on the social media to see if he has a Corvette?
Would it be that weird? That just sounds like research. That sounds like journalism.
Yeah.
I just feel like, that guy, if I do, oh, there he is. Ryan Fitzpatrick says, yeah, I thought you forgot about me.
Of course not.
And does Ryan Fitzpatrick have like crooked fingers? Like big, because this is a big hand. He's giving me the finger in the picture.
Oh, dude, come on. He's an NFL player, I'm sure. He's broken a finger here or there. Come on.
It's just that you can't watch the NFL Network without seeing any of the NFL guys and crooked fingers. I just think that's par for the sport.
So I would almost believe it if that is Ryan Fitzpatrick, but also knowing our audience, I would not be the least bit surprised if it wasn't. Of course, all the texters are telling us who the famous people are. Blissful Hayes says David Ellefson was fired by Megadeth last May due to David allegedly getting caught having explicit phone sex with a fan. Yeah, okay. All right.
Wait, what?
What?
Wait a minute.
Why would they fire? How old was the fan?
Are we talking?
I think that's.
Are we talking about Megadeth?
That's the important
and
piece
they
of
have
information.
Scruples and morals.
Megadeth. Rock with a devil, but don't have phone sex with that fan. Well, this is just too far.
That's kind of weird.
You're fired.
You're fired. I'll be honest, I don't know their music. Mr. J says, "Hey, Vince Vaughn. He's he's famous and he's from here. Is he really? Where from here is he from? I didn't know that. Vince Vaughn." He says Ryan Fitzpatrick seems like that type that owns a 1979 F-150 and then struggles to get it started in the morning.
No, listen, Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's got a lot of kids, and B, you can't. Well, I guess you could in an F-150. You could throw some of the kids in the back there.
Sure.
I don't think that Fitzmagic could be doing that.
I see what you're saying there, Randy, but I also do know that he has an eye for a car. And he has a stable of fine cars.
Oh, I'm sure. And I'm sure that Mrs. Fitzpatrick drives a very nice vehicle as well.
Right. There's a Tahoe or an Escalade or something in it where you can put all them kids.
Oh, absolutely.
Because he's got a mess. It's the Gilbert thing to do,
Well, let's see. I'm looking on the Wikipedia, and I don't know if this guy, because you can always trust the Wikipedia, right?
Well, not when other people that could actually change it. No.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 children. I don't have their ages.
This guy, Ryan Fitzpatrick, has been probably one of the biggest, and I do mean the biggest fans of one of my former quarterbacks. Can you guess which one?
Peyton Manning.
No. Name is Phil.
Phil Masterson.
No, try again. Rivers. That's correct. Phil Rivers has 19 children.
Damn.
Yeah. I think that Ryan Fitzpatrick was like, I could be just like him.
Well, Fitzmagic is going to be fine. He's got all kinds of money, played professional football, and he graduated from Harvard, I understand. And yes. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he graduated with some sort of a one of them financial degree things. What do you call it?
I don't know. That's something no one on this show is going to
economics or.
Bliss Lays says, "I'm guessing Carson Wentz." I said Phil. I said the first part of the name, Bliss Lays. Hefty Lefty says Fitzpatrick, Mrs. Fitzpatrick probably drives that 11-seater Kia Carnival they've got there. And by the way, Frank Caliendo lives by the Cardinals practice facility.
Oh, there you go.
I gotta say, that man is out of work. Ever since John Madden died, I don't know what he's ever going to do for.
What do you mean? He's been on tour.
On tour?
Yeah.
Who's he impersonating anymore? He's got nobody left to impersonate.
Just because the good coach passed away and slipped the surly bonds of this great earth does not mean that Frank Caliendo cannot go out and have fun with his voice.
He's got to come up with some new guys to do, because
I mean, I understand that he can come up with new voices, but when the most Googled question about Frank Caliendo is Frank Caliendo still touring? I think a lot of people agree that how?
What do you mean?
The well's going dry.
I know he can come up with other voices. I just have not.
Okay, well,
heard them.
Frank Caliendo live, May 14th, Miami, Oklahoma, September 23rd, Waterloo, New York, September 24th, Schenectady.
Oh wow, he's doing the big rooms.
That's just a few of them right here. He's got his podcast that he does.
Yeah.
I don't know why you guys are beating up on Frank Caliendo.
Whoa. You didn't tell me he had a podcast.
What are you guys beating up on?
Apparently, he does an Al Pacino and a Robert De Niro and a
Charles.
That's
how he got his start, was doing Al Pacino for Stern, and then that's, I think, where it all grew.
George Bush. He does John
Gruden.
There's another one going. There's another one.
Probably steps away from Gruden.
And Al Michaels.
He's doing the canceled tour. Everybody who's been canceled by God or by society.
Frank Caliendo. Mr. Caliendo, if you're listening, I'm a big fan. I don't care what these two guys are saying.
Oh, I didn't say he's not good. I just don't know. He's got nothing to do anymore. And then, yes, here's the thing about the Charles Barkley when he does Big George. Well, now the dude from Saturday Night Live is doing an impersonation of Frank Caliendo's impersonation in the commercials that he does with Charles Barkley. And that's how sad things have gotten for Frank Caliendo. Other people get to do his commercials and make money.
Well, I don't
not
know.
him.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sad.
It seems to me that Frank Caliendo's got a bright future ahead of him. We're talking Schenectady.
Ahead of him?
We're talking Waterloo and Schenectady, New York, 2 days apart. The 23rd and 24th.
I would imagine he gets some free breakfast coupons. And if he's got those, he's got everything.
You guys don't know. Listen, Jeffco, I was thinking about this. We need to get you on the casino circuit. These guys are raking it in on the casino circuit.
I'm raking it in right here. I'm fine.
He is in Waterloo, New York at the Del Lago Casino. Can you imagine the kind of take we would get in one night?
They give you a handful of chips and say, "You did a great show. Thanks a lot, man." And go here. Oh, you'd half off at the buffet,
bro.
Okay,
no
you.
way. They're gonna take good care of you at the casino. You'll play in the big room.
Yeah. Well, the big empty room.
It don't matter.
Every now and then, the ESPN brings him in to imitate
money
Mel
is
Kiper
money.
for some reason.
Money is money.
How do you imitate Mel Kiper? He's just a mushroom that sits there with hair. I mean,
I'm sitting there looking at a picture right now of Frank Caliendo with Mel Kiper.
He does Mel Kiper. Yeah.
I'm looking at the picture.
He does Adam Schefter too.
Are you talking about impersonation?
Yeah.
Or...
No, I'm talking about impersonation.
Okay, yeah.
I
want
would
to
never
clear that up.
No, I would never. Purport any other truth out there.
There's a Bill Belichick out there, which
I do. Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I feel like yours is better.
Thank you. See, Hefty Lefty says Frank Stephen A. Smith though is on point. Really?
I mean, he's in Waterloo on the 23rd. He's in Schenectady the next night at the Rivers Casino Event Center.
Are you getting money for plugging his shows? Because
I'm
seems
just
like
telling you right now.
This
guy's is making bank.
Yeah. You know, I remember when I used to make that Schenectady bank. I mean, wasn't really a full tank of gas, but bank. Big George says, weren't you guys going to talk about baseball like the last two segments? Yeah, George, calm down. Senior
it's not going anywhere.
He says, there's a lot going on here. He says, well, out here in the Wild West, we pop out the placenta with a pistol.
Hello.
Senior Wake and Bake's got some good stuff going right now.
What? The Sam Hill.
No idea.
Was that?
Mr. J says Frankie Muniz lives here. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I was going to bring that up, but I really didn't.
Malcolm in the middle of a midlife crisis and not having been famous for a long time. But I loved how he dealt with a troll once.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this guy was just saying something about him not acting for so many years. And he says, you know what? I made all my money when I was a child, and I'm living on it right now, enjoying life, while you have to get up early for work, and have to ask for days off. How's that feel? I was like, wow, Frankie, straight fire. He's also a Phoenix Rising fan and a race car aficionado. So Frankie Muniz living the good life.
I think he's got a race team that he
don't think I'd call him famous anymore. Would you call him famous? I mean, we know who Malcolm in the Middle is when we talk about him, but he hasn't been in anything forever.
No.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say famous. Yeah.
Notable. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, and I'm not saying he was ever a bad actor. It's just I ain't seen him in nothing.
When I was a kid, there was a movie called Big Fat Liar. He was in that. That's the last thing I've ever seen Frankie
during Malcolm in the Middle.
I don't remember exactly the order. I was young, but that's the last thing I saw.
I'm good with. I'm not going to say anything bad about Frankie Muniz. You seem.
Frankie. Okay, Big Fat Liar. I remember that movie. Yeah, that was with the
Paul
guy.
Giamatti was in there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, exactly.
He was the bad guy. Scratch me because says Harvey Weinstein went to rehab here. Well, that just brought the room down.
Yeah.
He says, by the way, when you do your next remote, will you require name tags with text or nicknames? That way you could have Keon cross-reference that with their cell phone number.
No, I don't think so.
Why would I need to cross?
No, we do actually. Radio Ron brings name tags so that you can put your text or nickname on there. We don't put phone numbers on there. Don't get weird. But we do like to have nickname on the name tag. So everybody's like, it's that guy.
Just so you could know who's who.
Colty said Jodi Arias lives here.
Oh boy. Yeah, she does.
Killer. Hefty Lefty says, no, Tom Hanks does have a house just outside of Flagstaff, had it there for years. It was one of the deciding factors of filming part of Forrest Gump in Flagstaff. So whenever they film a movie in Northern Arizona, the company doesn't have to pay to put them up anymore. Okay. Swave Dave says, I'm sure there's other famous people living here, but they're probably in witness protection. Or they put famous people in witness protection.
Or they don't want to be found out.
Wifey's World lives here, says Wiggy My Piggy. I have no idea what that is.
No.
Air Bear says Elder Ephraim was super famous in Greece.
Oh, what? Okay. There's a surprising amount of country singers that are here.
Oh, I said famous people. Air Bear says, I prefer the anarchism of my nickname, Air Bear. Oh, yeah, there's a long story behind that one from the past. Straight to Rage says, Brett Michaels from Poison. Every rose has its thorn.
Yeah, I think I already brought that up.
Yeah, and yeah, he's not really famous. Kiss the Cook says, should have been informed. Damn tequila fingers. Somebody said something about a meeting.
What?
Well, that's already been a while there. Good Cat says Doug Stanhope. He's a good comic.
Yeah, I like Doug Stanhope.
Not really going to say he's famous. He's a good stand-up. I don't know. Would you rather be? That's the thing. If you're a comic, you want me said, if I go, you're a good stand-up, or I want to say you're famous, I'd rather be a good comic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and things will. I was always surprised he didn't go farther, because he was or is really a good. He's still alive, right? He's still alive, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. So you know how Doug Stanhope lives. So
Well, that's what I'm saying. You never know. I mean, we lost Mitch Hedberg. He was a good comic, you know. Greg Giraldo,
according
Patrice
to the
O'Neill,
Google, that's true.
Ralphie May.
Lots of good ones.
That's what I'm saying.
According to the Google, Doug Stanhope still with us.
Okay, good. He's pretty good. Navy Devil says Turd Ferguson is from Tucson. Lightning Bolt. We've got like 90 people saying Stevie Nicks. You're right, though. Joe the Show says Happy Cinco de Mayo, Yef Rande and K-on. He spelled it K, like K. But yeah, it's not working, Joe. Boomer Sooner is on his way to an Irish pub, is what Pro Dog says. Yeah, he's stealing your idea. That's all right, though. First and 15 says the Ultimate Warrior.
Wow.
I don't know. What, Steph Curry?
No, Steph doesn't live here.
Who's the Ultimate Warrior?
Steph's got a house but in the Bay Area, and he's got another house, I believe, in North Carolina.
Should we talk baseball now?
Oh, that's a wrestling thing. The Ultimate Warrior.
I figured that. I just had no idea who he was.
Me neither. It's
wrestling.
wrestling. It's wrestling, and it's before my time. So
what I think is that he might have been a warrior, but as far as warriors go, he was the ultimate.
Wasn't he the guy with the long hair and he had all the face paint
yeah,
and all that
most of
stuff
them?
on there? Kind of looked like Ace Frehley from Kiss.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much exactly that.
Except
yeah.
really, really bulked up. Ace Frehley was a stick, and
Yeah.
the Ultimate Warrior was just all muscle.
Ace Frehley looks like somebody's grandma drank too much and went crazy with the powder. You know what I mean?
Does now.
There's a time where you got to just stop. You know what I'm saying? Ace Frehley, talking to you, Ace Frehley. Miss Pringle says maybe Dusty Rhodes could tell Jeffrey who the Ultimate Warrior is.
Listen, Dusty Rhodes don't talk about anybody else than Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, did not talk about any American warrior or anything like Hulkamania. I don't talk about that. I'm the ultimate warrior right here. I'm the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and I don't talk about other. Listen, Daddy, when I say I don't talk about other wrestlers, that's because I don't, because I am the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Pringle says, yeah, Dusty Rhodes lives in the valley. Well, he doesn't because he's dead.
And the Ultimate
368.
Warrior also
Yeah.
not with us. Just
James Hellwig is no longer with us.
that is correct.
I only know that because Senior Wakenbeck typed it to me. Everybody's like, oh my God, he knew his name? No, I don't know his name. I don't watch fake wrestling. And Hefty Lefty takes a left turn and says, you know that umpire that threw Mad Bum out yesterday? Looked like he was trying to maybe proposition him to live in Phoenix.
Wow.
Well, that was a nice segue to the fact that we're still trying to talk about some baseball. So when we come back, we're going to talk a little baseball, and then maybe we'll get some NFL in too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Market Wrap host Mo Ansari talks about the benefits of a financial advisor.
Not only the technicals and the fundamentals and the valuation, but you have to look at the macro picture. And that requires a lot of work where you're looking at the sectors and industries within the sectors. And then you find the stocks within the sectors that are doing better. And then you have to do the work on those individual stocks. And you sort of go through tons of sand before you find those nuggets of gold. And the discipline to do that continuously, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, that is the hard part. People become traders, but they have a job, they've got a family, they get distracted, and then you look at it 3 weeks later and it's all history. Like your personal trainer who keeps your health on check, this is why you need a financial advisor to keep your emotions in check.
If you need help keeping your investments on track, call pound 250 and say talk to Mo, or go to compact.com and click on the Get Started button. That's COMPAK.com.
Compact Asset Management is a registered investment advisor, funds custodian, Fidelity Institutional Wealth Services, member FINRA, SIPC.
Steve Jurich here. After working in financial services for over 20 years, I finally confirmed what investors really want, including me. And it's simple. All they're asking for is 20% annual return with no risk and 100% liquidity. Here's the problem. A money market is safe and liquid, but offers almost zero yield. Mutual funds and ETFs are liquid with upside potential, but aren't safe. A carefully selected next generation index annuity through IQ Wealth may offer 10% ample liquidity, principal protection, and a lifetime income yield potentially double to triple that of quality bonds. By yielding more income using fewer dollars, our system allocates more money for you for capital growth. It's a winning combination.
Call leading annuity authority Steve Jurich now, 480-902-3333. Guarantees rely on the claims paying ability of the insurer, so compare with Steve, 480-902-3333. Call Steve now.
Arizona Rattlers football.
Exclusively on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
And at 1580thefanatic.com.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Tune in to hear every home game live. Let's go, boys! Don't miss a second of all the high-paced action as the Rattlers chase another world championship.
Hey, if we're going to win, it's going to be on us.
Rattlers football on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. Or streaming live at 1580thefanatic.com.
Almost in the home stretch for this Thursday here on the Daily Blender of 1580 99.3 The Fanatic. Don't forget this Saturday, it's going to be fight night at the Footprint Center in downtown Phoenix. Speaking of that, MMA legend Henry Cejudo, I can say it. Henry Cejudo is in town. He's a Arizona guy, and he is going to be there at the FanDuel Sportsbook as well, inside the Footprint Center. And you can go meet him between 4:30 and 6:30 p.m. And once you're there, enter for a chance to win a couple of tickets to that 274, that UFC 274 that's happening on Saturday night. Plus, they've got other great prizes they're giving away. And I have to tell you, it's a magnificent place. That FanDuel Sportsbook inside the Footprint Center, beautifully decorated, lots of convenience inside the sportsbook there. They've got the odds that are running live, so you can check them while you're sitting there. I mean, this is really done up first class. Plus, there's like 40 plus TVs. They've got a huge screen in one room and a bunch of chairs you can sit in the sportsbook and watch many different things going on from around the world of sports. Or, you can take advantage of one of these great evenings here in Phoenix and sit on the terrace there. It's a really nice opportunity for you to sit there, maybe take your loved one with you and enjoy the outdoor terrace at the America's #1 sportsbook, watching live games, throwing a couple of dollars down, having some fun. Don't miss your chance to meet Henry Cejudo this Saturday at FanDuel Sportsbook inside the Footprint Center. No purchase necessary. Must be 21 and older. And present at FanDuel Sportsbook Footprint Center. Drawings take place on May 7th at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You must be present for the drawing to claim the prize. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/MMA 274. Gambling problem? Please call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342.
All right, thanks, Randy. Now, we said we'd talk some baseball. We're going to talk some baseball.
And we will, damn it!
As the probably resident most famous people in Arizona right now, we will, Randy and I, talk about baseball.
Okay.
And, well, we'll let Keon talk with us, too.
Okay.
So, Keon, you
Appreciate
can now
that.
bask in the celebrity that is Randy and I. But please do not make eye contact with Randy. It's a stipulation in his contract.
Good to know.
You look at him. Don't look at. Don't look at him.
I'm looking right at the iPad right now.
Yeah,
It's
don't look
just-
at Randy.
Wow.
It's a thing, and he'll walk off. Okay. So listen, before we famous people begin this discussion,
I'll walk off. What is he going to call in another silver alert on me, Jeffrey? Thanks. The last time that was very damn embarrassing, by the way.
Well, we were worried about you, and you did leave pants behind. So I feel like I stand by that decision. So here's the thing you need to know. We have Twitters, and you should be on our Twitters. You should be following our Twitters because, by God, if you don't, who will? I'm at Radio Pal 1580. Randy is at Radio Randy 777. And Keon is at not as famous as these other guys.com.
No, I don't think that's it.
I don't even think you can have a .com as your Twitter handle.
See, this is why you're not famous, because you're constantly contradicting me.
Jeffrey, I think it's Sports Cloud. I think it's Sports Cloud.
Well, yeah, now that he realized that having .com on there's a dumb thing to do.
Isn't it just Sports Cloud?
You're welcome,
It is
Keon.
just
I'm
Sports
glad
Cloud.
I could
Sports
help.
Cloud.
Yeah. It's at Sports Cloud. That's how you find I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Keon.
Who should I make this out to? Anyway, so at Radio Pal 1580, I have put up a couple of things. Well, Fish Tank tweeted something and I loved it. Somebody took that video. You remember we talked about this yesterday? The Canadian fella caught the ball from Aaron Judge. And then there was this whiny ass, snot nosed little Yankee kid sitting there. And he goes, "Here you go, kid. Whatever it takes to make you stop." Oh, God, he's hugging me. Okay, that's great. Well, somebody reversed the video and it makes it look like the kid has the ball and this guy just kind of reaches over and takes it away from him and goes, "Yes." I like that version of the video better because, well, you know why. Anyway, so that Fish Tank had retweeted. I very much enjoyed, and I probably spent way much more time watching that video than I should because I just loved it. Well, now it turns out the PR people decided to. Well, you know, we got to get more out of this viral moment where the fan gives the other little kid the ball. So here's what happens. Both the fan and the Blue Jays fan, the kid and the Blue Jays fan, they're like, "Hey, you want to meet Aaron Judge?" So today, or what, maybe yesterday, I don't know when it was. They're like, "Hey, come meet Aaron Judge." And you know what the kid does? You know what this kid does? This Yankee kid. You know what he does? He immediately bursts into tears again.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He's like 10.
Even Aaron Judge is looking at him like, here's the picture. He's like, "I don't understand what's going on right now."
Oh boy.
Why are you weeping? Here, have some gloves. And then he weeps even harder and harder. This kid needs some help. Yeah, I know we talked about mental health issues yesterday. Somebody needs to slap this kid. Come on, man. You just met your hero and you're making a blubbering fool out of yourself. Yeah, I mean, it's bad enough you're crying just because you got a foul ball you didn't catch from a game. And now you're oh my God. No wonder he's a Yankees fan. I have no respect for this kid. And look at that. Seriously. In my happiest days as a kid, I never once cried.
Is that ugly crying?
That is ugly crying. And if you see the video, it's even worse.
Yeah.
He's standing there inconsolable. It's like, I mean, to tell you something. If you're inconsolable when you meet your hero, you know what? Shame on you. Come on.
I don't know if it's shameful. I do worry about this kid for what happens when something like actually bad happens to him. Like if this is what you look like when it's happy.
No, I worry about him when he finally has sex.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I worry about him when he graduates. Oh God, now we're gonna wait for this to happen.
Oh no.
Come on, go ahead, cry it out. Tap, tap, tap on the back. Every good thing in his life. Jensen, we're giving you okay, go ahead, cry it out, cry it out, cry it out. Oh, this kid, stop it.
And I was also looking for a specific moment that happened in real life. Someone snatching a ball from a kid.
Oh,
and
you're
I
talking
actually,
about crying during sex, but
well, I'm sure that's
for
happened
Keon. Usually, it's the other person.
Oh no.
Wow.
I was gonna say I was looking for like this because I was thinking of a specific moment when a fan took a baseball from a kid, and instead I ended up finding like a whole 4-minute montage on YouTube of fans just snatching sports items away from kids.
Yeah,
it's
well, this kid wasn't even close to catching it though.
More
He
entertaining.
wasn't even close. He just was, I want the ball, and the Canadian guy's like, "Here, you little turd," and then this happened.
Whatever's going to make you shut up, you little twerp, get out of here.
I am sure the Blue Jays fan immediately regretted it. The kid starts bawling and then just collapses it. I want a hug. I'm like, I don't. I'll give you another ball. Just don't. Don't need snot on my Blue Jays t-shirt here, pal. And so then they go down there in the dugout, and there he is, Aaron Judge. Oh, stop. I know I sound cruel, but I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. If this is what takes me out as a radio personality, that a kid crying for something happy is just complete. I'm just disdained at this. Then fine, so be it.
So be it. I don't.
I've had a good run.
I don't think this is what's going to do it.
I've had a good run. I ended on a high note.
This is sickening. You know what I want to really? He's a kid. I'm gonna slap the crap out of his dad. What are you raising here? What have you created?
Come on, Jerry. He's just
I
a
want to
kid.
slap his dad and give his mom a dirty look.
He's just a kid.
Oh my God.
Just a kid.
He'd better hope there's not a draft. I mean, our greatest generation is looking at this kid. You know, he's like, I was about that age when I lied about how old I was so I could join the war effort. And this is what we get in 2022. Come on.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if you saw what happened today. But Shohei Ohtani made another historical record-breaking move today.
Okay.
And you know what this is? This is the start of let's go ahead and elect Shohei Ohtani MVP again.
I had a feeling this was going to come.
Me too.
Let's go ahead.
We talked about it before the
and
show.
Start voting now. The guy's batting 246. And let's go. Oh my God, he's done history again. Does this get old? Thursday afternoon at Fenway Park, Shohei Ohtani was only the second batter since Babe Ruth to bat third and pitch in the same game.
I somehow knew it was going to come up.
Just write his damn name on the trophy already and give it to him, will you? Can we just cut to the chase here?
You make a really, really hard case that you don't hate this guy.
Why is this a big deal?
I understand. Like, I understand where Randy's coming from because it is the media fanfare. And it's just the moment he was going to pitch at Fenway, it was like, oh, I know exactly where this is going. Because how could you not make the Babe Ruth comparisons when he's at Fenway?
Hitting third and making his first start on the mound at Fenway Park, Ohtani became the first starting pitcher to bat in one of the top 4 spots in a game at the historic ballpark since Babe Ruth did
just
so
about the rule
in
change,
1919.
Randy. It doesn't mean anything. Oh, you can bend out of shape on this.
Well, yeah, that's
notable.
That paragraph I just read you.
It's notable.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Now, the guy had a good outing. He spread 6 hits over, 6 innings or something, and he had, 10 or 11 strikeouts. I haven't looked at the box score. He pitched a good game. But
clearly you like him.
Well, it's not that I dislike him, but are you kidding me? The media has gone absolutely bananas.
Big George says, Randy, take a deep breath, but this time the Angels are actually in first place, so Ohtani might actually be a legitimate MVP candidate.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is May. Can everybody take a deep breath and let the rest of the months, we've got until like October.
King of Kitten says, Randy, that's 103 years, actually.
So what?
Just this is where we are. You got to have a star to push, and Major League Baseball has decided that guy's Shohei Ohtani, and the baseball writers have decided that guy's Shohei Ohtani.
That's the problem I have with the baseball writers. You bunch of snowflakes.
Well, it's your turn, Keon. I'm getting canceled for my reason, and he's getting to get his. So what's yours?
I don't know. I feel like
I'm going unpopular opinion.
I'm going to stumble blindly into the thing that destroys my career, and I'm not even going to notice until one day my key card doesn't work when I try to walk into the station.
Well,
I just want to enjoy it. That's why I go in at first.
They asked Jared Walsh, one of his teammates, and here's what he had to say, quote, unbelievable, no words, end quote. Of course there's no words, because it's stupid.
You want to know who feels stupid right now? And that would be Mr. Altuve. Mr. Altuve, who was able to foul a ball off right into his own nuts.
Oh boy!
Did you see the video?
Oh no!
Scroll down on my at Radio Pal 1580, and that's another video I could watch over and over. I was watching this over and over again until Fish Tank posted the one where the kid doesn't get the ball. Yeah, and it was funny is the announcer's like, "Yeah, let him take all the time he needs." There's the pitch.
Oh.
There's a boom into, as Randy says, the cha-cha bongos.
Oh my God.
Cha-cha bingos works as well. I mean,
bingos, bongos, they ain't going to work for a while, so it doesn't matter. 888-368-1580. And here's something that, again, we shouldn't know his name, but his name is Brian Onora. Do you know where I'm going with this, Randy?
No.
Brian Onora is an umpire.
Oh, no.
And the Atlanta Braves facing the Mets, top of the fourth inning. Marcell Ozuna, is that how you say his name? Ozuna?
Yeah.
Yep. He's up there at the plate. Now I watched this video a couple of different times, and it wasn't as interesting as the guy getting hit in the nuts or the kid losing the ball, but I had to watch it a couple of times just so I could believe my eyes. So the Mets pitcher Tyler McGill and Ozuna sitting there. He's like, "Here comes! Oh, that's a ball. I'm not even gonna move." And it was clearly a ball. Next thing you hear is strike. Ozuna kind of looks back like, what? Okay. Here comes the next one. He's like, oh, that is totally a ball. Strike. What? Just okay. Next ball, even more a ball. Strike. Yeah. And so you watch it and you think, okay, well, there's that little square, the broadcast square thing, Maybe we're not seeing the right angle. Well, the official determination is right here in this graphic. That's where those all went. And that is done by what would be the robo umpire. 3 balls way out of the zone. One of the worst displays of umpiring I've ever seen, Randy.
Wow.
That is just 3 pitches in a row, clearly outside of, you can argue the box up or down a little bit, left or right. These were so far out balls that I am shocked that Ozuna didn't go Madison mad bum on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just, wow. We've got to get the robots out.
Well, it's not only that, but Major League Baseball's got a problem on their hands. There is no accountability in the umpire ranks. I would have think after last night, that umpire would have been suspended, if not penalized in some manner, given a big fine or something. But there's no accountability. This guy flat out took Mad Bum out because he didn't like him. And second of all, he damn near cost the Diamondbacks a game. And Madison Bumgarner He only gets out one time a week. They took him out for, the next 5 days. He won't be back for 5 days from now.
Yeah, well, they could have brought him back sooner because he only pitched an inning. They could
still.
Bring him back
Bottom
sooner.
line is, he was ejected from the game. They could have started him yesterday, but why? And that's another thing. Professional baseball pitchers have a huge routine they go through to get up to game day, and now he's out of his routine. I mean, if you throw him out there again without going, he might have, like, on one day, it might be some light tossing because there's so much damage to the arm when you're done pitching a Major League Baseball game. You got to start light, and then some long toss and maybe some stretching. And then on the third day, you're starting to, really throw and get the arm going. And by the time you're pitching, you're ready to go.
And that wasn't the only set of missed calls in that game, by the way. I believe Dominic Smith was hitting for the Mets, and there were some balls that were called strikes for that as
Same
well.
Guy?
Max Scherzer actually got tossed out of the game on his day off because he's Mad Max, and he was arguing with the umpire from the dugout, and then he got tossed for that. But
that's the right guy to get tossed. The guy who's not playing.
Yeah, I mean, he was already not doing anything.
I just want to know, when does Major League Baseball start tossing some of these umpires out of games?
All right, Keon, make yourself a note. I want this to be one of the top 5, but not quite 5s next week. What the hell is wrong with Major League Baseball? I think that'll be a fun one. We'll do that next week because we got other things to do right now. All right, we have to take a break.
Take the note and push the buttons, will you?
Yeah. We got to take a break. When we come back, I've got 2 on this date in Big Georgia sports history because we missed one the other day. We'll get caught up on your texts, and I don't know whatever the hell happens next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
This is Brett Musburger's Action Update. Heads up, sports bettors. Right now, you can try VSiN All Access free for 30 days with no credit card required. Visit vsin.com/free month to sign up now. Here are the latest lines from my guys in the desert.
Golf, the Wells Fargo Championship underway today. Rory McIlroy, the favorite, at plus 700. Corey Connors at plus 1,800. Tony Finau and Matthew Fitzpatrick at plus 2,000. Baseball, the Diamondbacks have won 3 straight and 5 of their last 6. They are off today, getting ready to host a 3-game weekend series with the Rockies starting tomorrow. Merrill Kelly set to get the start. No NBA playoff games tonight. In the Stanley Cup playoffs, the Penguins plus 135 money line at the Rangers, minus 160 in Game 2 in the East first round. Capitals plus 200 at the Panthers at minus 250. In the West, Nashville plus 305 at the Avalanche at minus 400. The Stars plus 190 at the Flames at minus 230. For vsin.com, I'm Trey Westerberg on Arizona's sports betting station.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic, deals on Mother's Day gifts. Moms are the best and deserve the best, which is why I went to Kohl's and got Nike tees for under $30, jewelry for just $19.99, and slippers for under $17. Leave it to you to find all the savings. What can I say? Like mother, like daughter. Did I mention you can get an extra 15% off or even more with a Kohl's card? Your mom would be so proud. Select styles, Nike sale ends May 8th. Coupons do not apply. 15% off ends May 15th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Join Choices for the annual Walk for Life, May 6th and 7th at Dream City Church in Glendale. The weekend kicks off with a concert by Jordan St. Cyr. Then hear a powerful message from Dr. William Lyle, OBGYN. Admission to the concert is free with a suggested donation of diapers and wipes. Then on May 7th, join with hundreds for the Choices Walk for Life. Check-in is at 7:30. The walk begins at 9. Register at choicesaz.com/walk for your free t-shirt and all the details.
Okay, let's start unloading the sod over here.
The grass is always greener when Haruka's Lawn Care does the mowing.
And then we want to get the flower bed started before lunch.
They need a new landscaping designer to keep their budding business growing.
Can we double check the incline here? This one needs to drain this way.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Now, we've seen interest rates go as low as we've seen them in years recently. We've also seen them bouncing around. A lot of uncertainty of what is going on in the loan game as far as mortgages are concerned. That's why I lean on my friends at the Lund Mortgage Team. They have been in business for 20 plus years here in the Valley. They only lend in Arizona. They are trusted. They'll get you that reliable quote. And if you're thinking about refinancing, whether it's to just lower your rate, maybe lower the terms of your rate, maybe down to 15 or 20 years, or if you're like, hey, we got a lot of debt on the side, we got some problems going on, we want to consolidate debt, or I've always wanted a pool. Now's the time to do it. Take some of that equity out, refinance, and get things done around your house that you want. But you got to use the best in the business. That's the Lund Mortgage Team. 623-875-9940. 623-875-9940. Or check them out online, lundmortgage.com.
Your home has gone way up in value, but have you taken advantage of it? This is Rob Canier with a phenomenal opportunity to tap into some of your home equity, earning tax-free income and eliminating your mortgage payment while staying in your home as long as you want. With home prices leveling off, don't wait to learn more about the new reverse mortgage. This is a safe and proven money-saving and tax-free income opportunity for homeowners age 62 and older. Call me, Reverse Rob, and learn more today at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. All right, so hey, by the way, who's pouring the beer right now? Is that you, Keon? It's King Kitten says, beer me, Rando.
It would be Keon right now.
All right, pour that man a beer when you get a shot. 888-368-1580. Let's get caught up on the old text line before we do some On This Date in Big George's sports history. Dog named Boo says, as far as famous people go, yeah, part of Ted Williams still resides in Scottsdale. That's right. He's got his frozen head in somebody's freezer next to some peas and I believe some pork chops.
I don't think it's someone's actual freezer. I think it's a company.
Yeah, well, it's like, you don't think they bring their lunches to them?
No, that's not where they keep their lunches.
And then in the future, at least according to Futurama, he'll be back as a head in one of those jars. You just attach him to whatever you want.
I'm just saying, if there's room, why not? Why not put your lunch in? Boogie says, what is this all this baseball talk? Didn't you know that the Ultimate Warrior played outfield in Major League Baseball unsuccessfully before joining the WWF? After his fake wrestling career, he joined the front office in Pittsburgh. They sold Ultimate Pirate shirts with him in a pirate uniform. And after 3 years, though, he was fired for openly supporting steroids. I don't know who you're talking about, but I believe you.
The we were talking about earlier, and oh, shocker, a pro wrestler supporting steroids. Say it ain't so.
How'd that happen?
Lacrosse guy says, what is the youngest you can get a man card violation? I'm glad you asked. Our friends of the Jewish faith would say at 13 years old. Generally, I like to give them until 18 years old. I don't know. What do you think, Randy?
It's I think you're spot on. Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to go 18 because there's still a lot of learning to go there before I start holding you too much accountable. But listen, even though I can't give a kid a man card, I can tell him, you disgust me. Air Bear says, getting slapped in the face, I think that's the fastest path to mental health. See? Heavy Metal Maniac says, you non-believers in the Diamondbacks, just to let you know, we have 14th best record in Major League Baseball, the baseball world. Yes, go Diamondbacks. Okay, Heavy Metal Maniacs.
Yeah.
We want it to be true, and we're supporting the Diamondbacks. It's not about being non-believers. It's about, we have eyeballs that are connected to things that are connected to our brains, and we know things. And this team is overperforming, I think, is a good way of putting it.
Yeah, I think their pitching staff has certainly got some help with the addition of that new pitching coach they got in the offseason. And I think their hitting is finally starting to come around, but I just don't like the way Torey Lovello approaches the game. I don't like the fact that he's a very statistical minded guy, rather than, using your gut sometimes and going with what you think would be, or going with the hot hand. I could count on both my hands the times so far this season that he hasn't gone with the hot bat. He's had him on the bench because the damn numbers from the goon squad up in the offices up there, their calculators are all smoking and they're on the damn phones, and they come down and they got their glasses on because they got all these calculations. They pull out the slide ruler and they come up, well, this is why we have to do this. And then you set the hot bat on the shelf, and the guy doesn't hit. It's stupid.
And I think the best thing that proves your point is Gabe Kapler, who is doing a fine job with the Giants now. But in Philadelphia, it was all data with him, and they were terrible with the Phillies. They were awful because he never went with, this is what makes sense today, as opposed to what the numbers say. Now have a balance.
Now, Ralph from Harmon Solar, he likes using the data. He likes using the sabermetrics. I don't know how I feel about that.
I like it too. I like it a lot.
I think there's a place for it, and I think there is a way to use it productively.
Yeah, there's got to be a balance.
Individual results may vary,
exactly,
but you can't let the numbers contradict the knowledge of the players. If you're sitting there watching something happen and you're like, you know what, numbers be damned, I have an instinct about this, or I know this guy's doing something, and you go with it. But if you always just blindly follow those metrics, you're going to end up getting burned. And now even those people will say, yeah, but more often than not, mathematically, you won't be burned. So no matter what, it's better to go with the metrics.
Well, I will tell you this. Baseball has seen the sabermetrics crisis. And I think, is it next season, the shift goes away.
Mm-hmm.
So your sabermetrics be damned. Guess what? Now you have to play the game.
888-368-1580. Good Cat says, that Altuve wedding tackle destruction, that's karma for all his cheating. You ain't wrong.
There are a few other guys that could use some karma.
Sometimes it just different speeds.
But man, baseball off the bat to the junk. I don't know if he deserves that, man. That looks brutal. Oh.
Mr. Pringle says, so Bumgarner needs 5 days off after pitching 1 inning. What? Well, Randy did explain it, and I still don't agree. Kiss the Cook says, Ted Williams, he's always ahead of the game.
Why?
Blissful Hayes says, that cryogenic lab where Ted Williams' head lives is a few blocks from the 1580 station,
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And every time the power goes out, we're like, uh-oh.
Now there goes Ted.
Hefty Lefty says 14th best record in baseball equals good. Last in their division equals not good.
They're close to not being that, though. You want to give them credit.
We ran out of time yesterday. I don't know what was going on. It's not my fault, I'm sure. But we ran out of time for on this date in Big George's sports history. So today we're going to do it twice. One will be regular. The next one will be old timey, unless we don't know where the old timey music is. And then I'll just read it regular. So just want to let you know that, Keon. So here we go. Time now for on this date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1978 at Riverfront Stadium, Pete Rose became the 13th player in Major League history to collect his 3,000th hit, a single to left field off of Montreal right-hander Steve Rogers. Wait a minute, Canadian is Captain America? No, I can't even finish this. Everything that I knew has been shattered. Steve Rogers is a filthy Canadian?
Yes.
I don't think it's that Steve Rogers.
Or wait, is he an American maybe who played for the Canadians? But even that doesn't sound very Captain American-ish, does it? I don't even want to read any more of this one. Just get it.
Sorry, Big George.
All right, well, let's try the other one. Now it's the second on this time in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1913, American League President Pan Johnson suspended St. Louis Browns manager George Stovall for indefinitely after Stovall spit tobacco juice into umpire Charlie Ferguson's face after being ejected 2 days prior in the team's 11-8 loss to the Cleveland Naps at Sportsman's Park. The banishment lasted 17 days, ending only on the condition that Stovall write a letter of apology. Back to me, Jeffrey.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now look at what umpires are doing to the players.
I think we got, think we have a blueprint.
Where's my red man?
There's a lot about this I love. I love that the guy who suspended somebody, his first name was Ban. He banned him. I love that, he did this after he was ejected 2 days earlier. So he was so mad. He did that again. And then he had to write a letter saying, I'm sorry, I spit tobacco juice in your eye. There's no way he wrote it. There's no way if he was that mad a couple days later and had to spit tobacco juice in somebody's eye, I am pretty sure George Stovall somebody else wrote that. He just said, fine, and signed it. That's all. I mean, I'm serious. There's no way that he really was sorry.
I wonder if
no chance at all.
Wonder if his wife wrote it for him.
Somebody at the PR office or something.
I don't think they had PR back then.
1913?
No. No, I'm pretty sure they didn't have PR back then.
Did they have P?
Maybe just R.
I feel like if you had the R, you'd have the P.
Well, I mean,
you want to look that up?
One is just relations.
Did they have P back in 1913? What do you think? Yes, of course they did.
Okay. Well, I don't know why you wouldn't have R.
I don't think they had the PR.
They hadn't figured out how to put those together, like peanut butter and jelly.
I don't
had
think
to be
they
invented.
had like a public relations office back in 1913.
So you could have relations.
I think like the general manager of the team was more like a promoter rather than the high and mighty guy that he is today. So more of a salesman, more of a huckster. He was trying to always, come up with these grandiose ideas at the ballpark.
I'm actually Googling this. What year did public meet relations? I feel like that's a very in the 1900. Oh no, 1924. Wait, most textbooks date the establishment of Publicity Bureau in 1900 as the start of modern public relations. Randy, in your face, they did have PR, and I think PR wrote George Stovall's note.
Wow, we've taken valuable time to come up with the fact that there was a public bureau.
You know what? It's the Daily Blender. How much of this time is actually valuable? I don't know what you're thinking. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's. Today's topic,